into me with your eyes. I get a hint of the perfume that I like. Wear it like a disguise. I come around with the perfect alibi. Midnight glory.
I'm holding myself back.
I'm fighting inside. Some days, 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 I'm fighting inside. 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 Some days, 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 I'm fighting inside. 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 I'm fighting inside.
Sometimes you feel weak. The fear you carry inside wakes you up. The overplaying pattern of memory hides your true face. Take your own method, looking for the one who's trying to be perfect, yeah. You'll try to match it, don't be sad if you don't make it. You hope for one last living life means making blunders. You can make it.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Today we got ourselves 5v5 1v1 duels over for the region of NA. Yesterday was EU. Today are the boys over in the NA. Saturday with the boys. Yo, how you guys all doing? Sorry for being a little late. Actually, quite late. I was just trying to get a lot of stuff done, get it all out of the way. And then at some point I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to delay the stream just a little bit. And you ever just like start going down like YouTube rabbit hole, just like a video, and then you see a video recommended to that, you just click on that, you watch this for a bit, you see a better video that's recommended, you're like, okay, I want to see what that's all about. I'm just gonna going down rabbit hole. I'm like, I feel like I time traveled. Anybody ever do that? It's such a disorienting feeling, because it's just, my brain was just off, dude. I'm just distracted. I didn't sleep much last night, so that's probably where that's coming from. How you boys all doing though? Hope everybody's having a good one. G, my man, How you doing, my guy? Let me get the is this supposed to be no sound from live game? Or did I do something? Must have done something. Huh. Okay. There's that. Logging in. Weird without sound, but logging in. Boys, 5v1 groups will be listed in LFG like it was yesterday over for the region of EU. Yeah. Alright, that was just also weird too. Let me see. Let me first shrink this a little bit. Shrink the UI. So we can get the health bars on the left hand, right hand side. And give a second. We're in. If you guys want to join, well, welcome to CY. Yo, let's get my boy in here if he's around. I did see from CY on Twitter that his PC is basically on his last leg. I don't know if it's like I don't know if that's all he's really got. This is it. I'm just gonna sit over here, dude. I like this transport guy. I probably should have bought him. I still have him like saved on that froze. I have that what is it, the trading post toy, I guess, NPC thing frozen on there in case I want to go back and get it. But yeah, we'll see where it gets around tonight. He did say on Twitter that like his PC is on his last leg, man. It is just not gonna hang in there for too much longer. Look at us, just comfy, man, hanging out. Hanging around. There's a cozy little fire out here with midsummer bonfire. There's a what is it, a pillow? Cushion pillow. I can just chill in it. It is so nice. Look at that. It is so comfy. Look at this guy. What a host. Barb, we got you in here, my man. Yeah, if you guys want to join in, groups are listed over in the LFG if you guys want to join up. Anybody in there? What the hell are these things? Mines? Is that what that's supposed to be? Bunch of doggos here too. What is this? Flex in here, let's go! Get in there, Flex! Hey, my boy. Yo, him and Kioska, dude, I'd like to have them square off at some point on PTR. Next week, chat, by the way, I am gonna send out some messages to some of the regulars in the duels. I want to see if we can host together 5v1s next week. Especially to get like more Demon Hunter changes and Rogue changes than PTR. Just do at least one stream or 2 streams next week of PTR duels. I would love just to get a glimpse of how classes play, and then afterwards we can go back to live so we don't have to like spoil anything from PTR, right? But I don't know, man. I think it'd be really fun, especially if it's like over the week you get NA and EU playing each other. It's a massive Dalaran. Hello. How you doing, Atha? Hey, man. Sorry about the duel tournament with the rogues and stuff, but yeah, man, it's rough out there. It actually is pretty rough out there. Yeah, it's fighting rogues, man. I don't know. I don't want to. I feel like I give rogues a lot of grief already, so I try not to say much. But every time you see, I just feel like I complain about them a lot when we do duels. So I try to like hold back a little bit. But man, those boys, they hurt, huh? They hurt. And it's like the way you gotta play around them. The vanish cooldown reduction, I think, is what really makes it like, you know, I think that's what really like sets it, is that cooldown reduction vanish thing. So it looks crazy in PTR. It looks good. It got a good tier set, man. Let me see if I can do this. But yeah, it looks great. It's got a good tier. It's got a decent like setup for it in terms of like the damage it can do, at least right now in the early PTR. It's not final by any measure, but I don't know, man. I guess we'll just have to wait and see, you know, just like what the final product is gonna look like. That's what I really am interested in. It's just how's it gonna play. I still think that spec needs to go through like an entire rework though, in terms of like the way that it plays and its talents. I feel like it could be better than what it currently is. Like, it's not bad right now, but I feel like it could be better, you know. Let me see who else I can invite, man, for the duels. ASAP. I feel like I keep asking ASAP every week. I don't see him in there, though. Hey, duels tonight? I'm trying to see, does Chicago have a group? Hold on, whoa. You are Barb? Hold on, I just figured it out. I saw Barb in here. I was like, Barbary Dade? I wasn't even gonna attempt your name at all, but now that I read it out, I was like, what the hell is this guy? That's somebody new, right? But it's my man Boris on a paladin? What the? Wait, you swap it over? Hold on, let me see if Boom wants to join him. He's in Strand in the Storm. Hey. Wanna join Duels tonight, friend? Duels tonight, yeah. Chicago, are you making a second group or do you want to join mine? Because you probably get a little bit back in here. Basic, yo, does he want to join in? And she death proc to vanish on CD, but nope, shut him out of there. When AFK and Instell got back at full health. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's rough. I'm not gonna lie, it is rough, dude. It is not easy. I'm down. Let me log over. Okay. Hell yeah. What's Chicago say? Check my own. Oh, cute. Okay. Where's my man Chills? Hold on. Night King. Where are you, my guy? Yo. Hey. Hold on. Hey. Duels tonight? I know he's in arena right now, but I'm gonna whisper him anyway, because if I get him in here and we got a +1, then this group is ready, and if Chicago gets a second group, then that group is ready, and then we're good to go. Unless they want to be joining in with Chicago. Which that would work too. Walmart Rogue? I like that name, by the way. That's so good. Does Mash want to join these? Hold on. I might actually ask Mash like if he wants to join some of these, because he might be able to. Might want to pop in and whatever. So this group got, who do we got? We got DJ, we got Indy, we got Barb, which is Boris. So we need like 3 more, and this group will be good to go then. Or is it 3 more? No, 2 more. Wait. Yes, 2 more. 2 more. Yeah. My shadow mode still working as a free vanish. I think at some point they could nerf shadow mode, but I don't really know if they will. What do we got? Might be second guessing. A lot of FPS and lag. Oh, okay. It's all good if you just chilling and stuff. Yeah, Chicago. Don't worry about it, my guy. I like mood. I like to move it. Huh? I mean, I get what you're saying, but huh? Oh, dude, I like these little camps out here, man. Oh, that's so good. Oh, the chair too. Isn't that still like something you gotta get from trading card game, or the trading card like WoW thing, like a trading card item or whatever? I think, right? Because remember, I've seen these things before. They look awesome. Hold on, there's a picnic grill now. Wait, it gives you food? What the hell? Alrighty, so we need like uno mas, and this group is ready. We got a second one up and running. Shadow mode is nothing compared to the orc racials though. You think orc racial is even better? You mean the stun DR? I don't know, man. I feel like ever since they gave like passive DR, ever since they gave that passive DR to everybody while you have 2 PvP trinkets, I feel like that made it so much better. You know? And orc racial became like not as mandatory. But that's just me, man. Both are ridiculous. It took Blizzard so long to fix orc. It took them a while. Okay. Nike is down to join in, so we'll have ourselves a 5-man group this way. So we still need a second group. So hopefully we'll get some homies in here. Now, Chicago, do you have a second group, or are we just? Because Chicago did say they did start a second. So if you guys want to join in, Chicago does have a second group. I don't know if they'll be able to stick around with that group for the entire time, just because they're Chicago's experiencing a little bit of like FPS issues, lag, but maybe I can get like, we could at least get like a second group off of that one. Even if Chicago can't stick around for that one, I could see maybe if we can get some of these bodies in here. So let me get Night King in this group, and then I'll swap over with Chicago and I'll start asking around my real ID. At least we have a second one. Remember PvP trinket that reduces stuns, ruined the human racial, so it's now unviable. It's not that they removed it, it's just they gave everybody a passive version, right? They gave everybody like a passive DR, and they reworked a little bit of some of the CC in the game as well. Or that's more or less that's actually what happened, is they kind of had a passive version, and then they just rewarded the CC so it's baseline without the need to have that as part of like a PvP bonus, a set bonus. Yeah, I think when it was like you could either choose to get it or not get it, now that everybody has it, it's not as good because now you have to, you know what I mean? I also think whenever they change it so the human racial like has a 1 minute and 30-second DR with the normal trinket, I feel like that also didn't help the human one either. Then again, human was everywhere. If you played back in WoD, everybody won alliance, everybody were human and night elf, but usually alliance for double damage trinkets. And I mean, it was just nuts. Hello, what's up? All right, my man. Hope you have a good one, my guy. Welcome, 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 my man. Hope you're having a wonderful, beautiful evening. But yeah, it's... I don't know. I don't want them to completely remove racials either. Like, I feel like every other game, every other MMO has removed racials at the end of the day, right? I think every one of them has. I get it. It's hard to balance those things. But I always thought it was kind of a unique part about WoW is the fact that, you know, your racial matters. Your orc hunter, human hunter, night elf hunter, Tauren hunter, gnome hunter are all going to play a little differently. Even just slightly differently, based on their little separations based on racials. I thought it was really cool, and I thought, like, I kind of like it. I like for that to stay, but I don't know. It's like I'm torn, man, because on one hand side, I want the game to be balanced, right? And to make it balanced, racials do create a little bit of this disadvantage, though, because you have like something like a Nightborn racial, which is pretty much useless in all forms of content. And then there's the Shadow Mill, which basically gives you a second re-stealth. So for Feral Druids, for Rogues, in PvE content, that's like a Shadow Strike or a reapplied stronger version of your dots. Or in PvP, that just you could dodge an ability, catch a re-stealth, and go for a reset. It's a vanish, right? There is a lot of power and a lot of value in that racial because of how you could get to use it. It's strong. So it's just like, on one hand, like if we were to keep racial strong, I feel like they wouldn't have unbalance. But also if we were to dilute racials, so at some point I feel like they get diluted so much that there isn't enough flavor in there either, right? Where you might as well remove them, but I also wouldn't want them removed. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I feel like it's a losing battle, because then it's like I'm looking for that perfect balancing, right? Somebody today read that exact much. Okay. Yeah, if you want to switch over to Rogue after a couple of games of Red Bull, you're more than welcome to, man. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to play, my guy. Wait, there's no bet in here. Whoever's skipping all these toys in this chat, dude, they're putting in the effort. I love it. I love it a lot. This is so good. They would put a closet back there too, so you can go and change. That is so good. Look at this. It's a little town. It's a little village out here. This guy, is that him? Is that the guy who posted it? It's so good. Big fan of it, dude. Get quoted everything. Oh, man. Should be able to play Undead and have Orc Rachel, for example. Ooh, okay. Yes, maybe. I feel like if you do that for any part of the game, like PvE or PvP, you would have to open it up for everybody, though, right? Imagine if you could only do that in PvP, but not in PvE. I feel like it'd be unfair. At this point, but at that point, right, if let's say like racials don't really matter, it's not important that you have a specific racial. View the Mog. Can I even see you, Mog? Yo, I'm a fan. I am a fan. I like the fur thing you got going on. The shoulders are really retro, but I like they fit with the goggles. And you get the wings. I wish like this part of the wings was more bronze, but like it fits well. It fits well. I feel like it's like a little bit of like bluish wings, not as much as like white. At certain angles, you could say like a blue hue, but like it's still really good. I like it. Big fan. Big fan. Love it. All right, so we need an Onomas in here. Chill. Let me know when you're ready. And then we'll be good to go. At least we'll be good to go with this group, and we'll get the second one running. Major Stomp. Major Stomp would be really cool. Paladin with rolling and racial mobility fixed. I would do it. That would actually do it. You in dressing room for weapon also? Okay, hold on. It doesn't look as good on my, I mean, this looks silly over here, but the weapon would look good. Yeah, I wish it would show you a character with like your weapon and everything. Whenever you go like look at their inspect, or maybe they have like a pin, like weapon sheath unsheathed, combat stance, no combat stance kind of deal. You know what I mean? So you could really take a good look, but it looks great. Looks good, man. The weapon is old school katana look. You can see like you can see individual pixels on this thing. That's how old it is, but I like it. Looks great. Okay, so we still need a +1, and we need Chicago a little bit of help there. As soon as Night King responds back to me, I think we'll be good to go. This guy set it up a tent yet again. Oh my god, dude. Demon Warlock, you know what? Let me get this angle so we can see like the entire town, dude. It's like I feel like a villager. Demon Warlock will shadow meld. If a tyrant could attack your target, would be jokes. If the tyrant could still attack your target, yeah, that'd be hilarious. Imagine you pop all these demons, you shadow meld, let them attack your pets. They're looking for you, losing their mind, trying to find you, and you just out there stealthing. And when your pet is gone, you just pop back out, summon some more. That would be good. That would be great. Alrighty. Let's see. Night King, let me whisper back to you. We're good? Wait, hold on. Let me just see if you're in the arena or not. Because you still might be like in the solo or whatever. Are you still finishing? We don't want more game we're joining. Okay. Let me ask around, I guess. Who was joining? Let me see. Who was it? I was looking for. I saw him earlier. It was a paladin. Did it log? It might have logged. Kevin. Oh man. On a hunter? Yo. SB and Foxy? Who was it that I was looking for? Mish? I think it was Mish, right? Mash. Yeah, Mash. Hold on a second. Hey, Mash. Wanna join for a few 5v5 1v1 Duels, friend? You're in praise from him. Yeah, I feel you. Speaking about Mash, where's my boy? Not on? Am I seeing this correctly? Okay, we're gonna have to wait for my man. What is it? Yes. I believe we would. Setting one group up, then getting second filled. Yeah, okay, Chicago, if you got spots, man, it's good. Keep some spots open. I don't know how many friends Mish wants to bring in, but he wants to bring some friends. So we're chilling. Stomp the invasion to stun. Oh, that'd be kind of cool, actually. Now for the poor rogue, always behind the post to remember where Lock melded. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like Shadow Meld, right? It's not pure stealth, but imagine if Shadow Meld gave you like some mobility too. Now that'd be something. That'd be great. Not at all. But how nice would that be if you were like playing a Warlock, you're just gonna reposition with it a little bit. Alright, Night King, as soon as you're ready, my guy, Mash says he's ready, so I'll get Mash and a couple of these homies into Team Chicago, and I think we should be good to go. I'm late, man, so I'm trying to get these up and running as fast as I can. I believe I still have a Baldur's Gate thing I'll be doing again. Like, we've been meeting up every Saturday, and we haven't finished the game yet, but like at a group playthrough. But we were pretty close to it. We got only a couple of big fights, and I think we got the final encounter. I feel like we could, because I'm trying to remember, like, what do we have left? Because you have Orin encounter. Then there's Raphael thing. I think House of Grief. That's about it. Because we've done the whole, like, Gortash side of things. And then it's, like, the final encounter. Which is long, but I feel like we could probably get it done tonight. Pretty easily. We love you, Dal. What's up, Thunder? How you doing, my man? I hope you have a good one. I feel like Nightborn got robbed of having an illusion racial. It was gonna be an illusion racial. Initially, it looked like based on data mining, we were gonna get a racial that let you see in stealth. It was a racial where you have to stand still and you could scout around you and you could see stealthies. And then it would let you like either like send a arcane pulse to that stealthy to get them out or teleport it to them. Something along those lines. But it was like you can stealth and then you see stealth and you could do something with that stealthy. I forgot what. But that's what, like, initially that was what they had. And it was like, whoa, it was gonna be insane. And then they just gave him like this AoE slow, a arcane exposure with a slow. I mean, it's still alright. Like, for, what is it, Entourist here, when you're doing like that, defend the, that's like tower defense type of game, type of boss. With one of the Eonar, I think it was, one of the Titans. Like, there's a bunch of little, like, fell puppies that spawn and they clump up together. And then normally you would have a Warlock pop a slow ring and then to slow them down with corruptions with a couple seeds. But if you got, like, a Nightborn Rogue, like, once they clump up in an area, you can slow them. And then they move slow enough or long enough where you can just finish them off. And you don't need a slow there. if like a warlock can't get over there fast enough, or they want to play like another spec. But like that's like, besides that, that's really about all you got. And I mean, it made it do a decent damage. Like for a global, it does decent enough damage, but not super strong. It's decent slow and stuff. It's weird, man. It's weird. I think they just wanted to make sure that it wasn't too strong of a racial. I think they would rather play like an untuned racial than too strong of a racial in most cases, you know. I think that's what they're thinking about. It would be druids, polymorphable, considering you can polymorph anything else. It's just they're already in a shapeshift form, and it gives them that unique aspect to like dodge a mage in that way, or dodge a hex, because they already are in an animal form. So from that angle, I can kind of see like why they're not polymorphable. It does make it kind of hard for a mage to deal with a class, but some classes do just counter each other, you know. All right, Night King, my man. The second leader to invite. Okay, hold on a second. So let me do this. Let me keep the group going. Let me keep this one going. I'll get you to join Chicago. You guys are waiting on night chill pills. Here we go. I'm gonna make a Barb lead. Here we go. I'm gonna back out. Chicago, where you at, friend? Where you at, buddy? Where you at, my dude? Trust me to invite. I got Mish and homies to join ya. Unless you already invited them real quickly. Okay, you Haster? Let's go. I can suggest just invite stuff. Here we go. List it, and let me get Mash in here. Oh, you're already in the group? I can invite you and you can invite friends. I can invite you and you invite friends. Arcane Pulse does pitiful damage, reduces the cooldown by 45 seconds, 1 minute, increases the radius, turning into a magic dot, and increases the damage scaling. Ooh, I'd like that. I actually would like that a lot. That'd be kind of cool. That seems about good. Bro, can you add me? Because I can't whisper to invite me. Who? Invite. Let me get him in here. Bro, can you add me? Because I can't whisper you to invite me. Just join through LFG, my guy. Yeah. So this group, we got at least like, what, 2 spots with me, him, mission friend. We got a 3rd spot if you got a 3rd friend. Otherwise, you just need a +1 when we're done on this one. And then Night King should be joining the other one. Or Tick. We could take Tick. That could work. That could do it. That could do it. I can bring one more. We're full, but if we drop someone, we can bring your homies in. Maybe. Oh, from last week? I think I should be able to join in then, yeah? Yeah, we can have you join in, my guy. Tick was a friend I was gonna bring. Oh, works out. Works out. Hold on. Works out perfectly. Alrighty, so this group is set. This group is set. Queuing up in a bit here. I am pretty sure I misspelled queuing up, but it's okay. Alrighty, Chicago. I'll make a lead. No, not a straight lead. How's the other group doing? Did you guys get Night King in there, or are you still looking for a +1? Or are you guys good to go? Big Chicago over here. Boris, are we good? Are we 5 man, or are we 5 or need more? Real quick. There we go. Full. All right, cool. We're Gucci. Picked out a match. Chicago, Boris 5 in the grand 1. First in the grand of the day. Maybe it'll work. Who knows, yo. Yeah, the fact that Night King is playing some Shadow Priest, by the way, is weird to me. My man Shilpils is actually playing like a better class than what his current is for duels. So I am interested to see how that's gonna go, man. It's gonna be an experience for all of us. Gonna be very, 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 very interesting. I'm excited though, man. Hopefully that's a shuffle, and hopefully that's everything. You know, my shuffles have been broken forever. YouTube shuffle just doesn't work anymore. I swear. Every time I set up my music, it just does not work. God. Alrighty, boys. How we doing today? We doing pretty good, Counting. How you doing, man? Gonna play some bonus game with homies. Played some BGE last night as well. Didn't really get a lot of sleep. Got invited to raid testing on PTR. Side sleep was calling me. I'll try to get a bunch of stuff done. Tried, keyword. Here we are. Twitch. Sivar Tikkun? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. We got us as Callister over on the team. One as a marksmanship hunter. We got us as Haster on the team. Ready to go. I'm liking that set. You're not using the shoulders that match the helm, but honestly, once like the dragon talon is out of your face, that actually looks really good. That looks really fitting. Wow, that looks good. Mish gonna be first up running, as is gonna be a tick in the back as a Frosty. We got us a Chicago as a fell Chicago. Is this Chicago evil face? Is this Chicago evil chapters? What is this? Evil are gonna be willing to my jungle. Up first versus Mish, having to go for a bit of a feign death, but looks like the man may just have a heart attack with this dude blasting him out. Paladino damage, awesome. Oh, wait, I was gonna say another guy that's using the trading post set, but that's not it at all. That's a Castle Nathria set, mythic set, I think, yeah? Gonna be a leap by jungle, but the man may be leaping into his death, and Mish does it. I'm crushing him. My god, the damage. Is that a Crusade? That is a Crusade Paladin. You definitely want to back away from those guys as soon as you know it's a Crusading Paladin. Wait, jungle even had the Earth Shield. Yo, the indigenous, let's give Earth Shields to ourselves. Yeah, let's not give it to homies. Even if the jungle didn't really get, I mean, you can see that Earth Shield didn't really get much value out of this one. Let's just keep it to themselves. Barb is going to be up next, which is my man Boris over on the Paladin. Stunned by Mish, goes for a trinket. Boris and a trinket out of the Barb. This is going to be dwarves. Both of them looking very, very similar to one another. Are you also Dark Iron? No, one is a Dark Iron dwarf, the other is a plain old dwarf. Going to be a blind onto Barb. Big hammer hanging over Mish's head though. Barb trying to see if he can swing as many damage abilities as he can while Focus is rolling, but Mish got plenty of reversal onto Barb. It's going to be Big Hammer. Blessing of Protection. The man doesn't really have much to work with here. Hodge is going to be able to go through that Bob, and a lot of the holy damage is still blazing right through, but looks like maybe for Barb, I think a lot of his damage is holy strike damage. So maybe a portion of that damage is being absorbed into Blessing of Protection, because it looked like at some point his damage go just kind of stopped. Mish going in with a bit of a wake of ashes, able to cleave down Barb through the wall, but also, more importantly, get himself a lot of resources back. Another hammer hanging over Mish's head, but Mish is looking actually pretty fine. Wait, what is the shield to Mish? Wait, what is the shield? Can we not have just give Mish shields? Hold on a second. Bob onto Barb though. Bubble right after. It is going to be some damage onto Barb, but does go down. He is getting his Paladin. So maybe that thing was a little bit more geared. Maybe a little bit more even, but Mish, what is the shield? What is the support strat by Tick? What is happening? I mean, I don't know, man. Let's try to keep your boast to yourselves. You know what I mean? Let's just try to give it to yourselves the best we can. That being said, we did have the Hunter with the Earth Shield. I don't really know if that helped him much, but we did have the Hunter with the Earth Shield fighting Mish. So I guess Mish getting some support is like, evens things out a little, but this damage is definitely not even. Look at this guy go. That's a full Crusade Paladin ramped up. Indigenous trying to see if he can go for a bit of healing surge. That's going to be an interrupt. I think there's nothing he can do unless he's got himself a big heal. I think it's just over, and Mish just doesn't even give him a chance to play at all. Stunned by Volkrion, which is Night King, aka Chill Pills, aka the boy himself, playing on a Shadow Priest. Got himself Void Bolt, chasing after Mish, trying to see if he can make this Shadow Priest Void Bolt thing work. Death Knight incarnate, but trying to see if he could play a little bit of the Shadow instead for tonight. Trinket out of the Hodge with the Mind Gets to Follow, going to be a blind out of Mish. Will not have himself Crusade Wings, so at least for Night King will not have to worry, or Chills will not have to worry about a big burst, big Crusade for a moment here. But definitely has to get himself some kind of damage output. I think Insanity Flays are going to be huge, especially when Mish is just like going to be hiding behind the pillar. If you could chase him with a Mind Flay Insanity, he's looking for recovery. That could be massive. Trinket out of Mish, trying to go for a kick. Going to be a juke out of Volk, but just unable to get CC'd for a good bit there. Hodge to follow. Is it going to be a disperse? I don't think so, right? Unless Mish somehow finds himself the most amount of damage without wings, that's not going to be dispersed. It's going to be a quick fear of Volk looking for a little bit of reheal. I'm just going to go with the name Volk since that's what I'm seeing right now, dude. Volkrion. Actually, if you just go with a Volk, that's a wolf in certain Slavic languages. As Mish trying to see if it can round the bend. Volk still, are you holding on to a PI? Or is it, did you use a PI earlier? Or are you trying to sync PI a little bit? Or do you never use PI? Because you have to basically just solo use PI on yourself. And there goes the PI. Try to see if you can maybe ramp up some damage. Or maybe he did use PI earlier. I just couldn't tell. Blind? I don't even know if they're connected. It looked like there was still line aside, but Volk trying to go for big mind games. Mish not in a great spot. Bubble not available. Massive Void Torrent interrupted, but he got himself the big Crusade Wings. Volk may decide to go for a disperse here. He has to find a way to crack through shield, but that's going to be a layer and he has to help stabilize. Silence to follow. Sanogen right after. Got himself a shield with a Spur Cloak activating. Needs to maintain himself as best as possible. That Paladin is going to want to hold on to the Crusade. And rampant and rampant and rampant some more for Volk. He just gotta find a way to dodge this damage. He does have himself the emergency healing with Power Life. They just, oh no, they just spell onto Mish. He does it at burning the Dark Iron Ritual to remove the dots, but it puts him in a Horrify, which gives Volk a chance here. With a fear, Crusade Wings is gone. It's out of the game. Volk has himself at least an opportunity here to go with a bit of a Void Eruption, try to see if he can make some damage happen. Mish looking to avoid him. Stun around the corner, Siphon as well. Maybe has the damage. Mind Games, Void Torrent. I don't think you can stop it unless you got a heal right now. You might be in a bad spot looking to get himself around the corner, but that's gonna be big damage. Oh, I think he actually went in for a self heal, and maybe that's literally what killed him, is a self heal just then and there. That is rough, but a Paladin does actually go down to a Shadow Priest. I'm kind of surprised. He did have to go through a couple of competitors though, so it is a Paladin not going in full cooldowns. I feel like that would have been a bit different then. Fear onto a tick as Volk just trying to see if he can get out of there, but he's just gonna frozen, rooted down. Does go for silence on the tick, and this is where Volk, tick rather. Did he shot him out? He did shot him out. Ray of Frost to follow, unless you can sub the Ray of Frost. That's a lot of damage you're gonna take. Lances are doing a ton of damage. Volk got himself Desperate Prayer, but it's not really gonna keep him alive for much longer as DJ Flex is gonna be up next. A Hunter is probably one of the better classes to fight versus a mage. Normally they have quite a bit of advantage. It's going to be Ring of Frost, Glacier Spike to follow. DJ with yet another poly, taking a bit of damage. Survival of the fittest, got him some big damage. Freeze for just a moment. Really doesn't have to worry about the incapacitates, but a quick Ice Block out of Tick gun. As soon as you see DJ Flex with big cooldowns and Death Shock him, just nopes out of there for a moment. Doesn't want to take the damage. Blizzards around the corner, can maybe whittle down the pet, but at least he got himself the breather he needed, and at least he's not having to burn down to all of the damage. Once it's over, yeah, they did change the mana stuff recently for a lot of the hybrid classes, so ooming is like a very much a possibility, at least when it comes to duels. Big explosive onto Tick, trying to go for a cast, was actually Juke versus Flex, trying to see if he can replace. Ray of Frost doing a ton of damage. Flex remembers what happened last week with Steven catching him with that Ray of Frost. He's gonna go for a big chopper at the very end, taking out all the rest of that mage's health in just a quick few swings with Haster charging in, trying to see if he can maybe get some dots around the corner. I think Flex does get hit, that or his pet does get dotted with a Shadow Crash. Freeze with the Tar Trap right after. Flex looking for a bit of a reposition, trying to see if he can get himself a better angle. Decided to go maybe long, but decided, you know, it switched positions, switch locations, closer pillar, big Void Torrent. Does have a faint death for this one. He wants to make sure he doesn't get taken out by these torrents and these rays. You basically, I think, have to save your feint until you get channeled on. Once you get it channeled, that's where you fainted, that's where you reset it. Break the tether as best as you can. If you can. Gonna be Mindflate settings for Haster. He's actually getting aggressive with that pet, which is gonna force Flex to pull the pet back, and gonna have to be very careful with that pet as well. So really, I think Flex is gonna have to play around the stun around the corner. Haster's in a good spot, leaping right in, silence right after. Haster with a Death Shock. I mean, might actually still be okay. He needs to either get in and get some damage, or he needs to just back up and maybe go for a bit of a survivability. Flex not really getting in there. As soon as he sees Haster running at him, he's going to just play it super slow. We are getting to higher dampening. Flash heals become less valuable. And if that pet has a Mortal Strike effect with his claws, it's not going to feel great at all. Flex actually fully healed up. He's actually in a great spot. The pet is the only thing that's really got dots on it. And as long as Haster got himself even a smidge of mana, maybe he can make something work. He just needs to find a way to get on top of Flex, go for a fear, go for a stun, full burst rotation. Mindflate Sanity getting interrupted, doesn't have to worry about kicks anymore. Flex gonna knock back for just a moment with a disengage stun. Haster try to see if he can get some dots. PI available. This is everything up. Got himself full dots on the Flex. Could be a pretty good spot. Turtle Shell instead. Haster got only dots onto Flex, but they're already doing quite a number on the man. Haster not in a great spot, but still got plenty of flash healing to at least catch up, and we're gonna be mostly fine. Tentacle around the corner is gonna at least attack either the pet or the hunter. Flex trying to see if he can escape out of this one. Still, dots are doing quite a number on him. Does not have a feign death for a bit here with a Mind Flay Insanity for Haster. If you can bait out another Mind Flay or another feign death out of Flex, then you can maybe catch him in the big old void sword and just drain him down. Trying to go for some burst. Flex with a stun. Death Shock him. Activated. Disperse for the silence. It is going to be Flex going for a feign death. Haster needs to realize that that was a feign death. If he goes in for an actual torrent right now, he would be in a great spot, especially if he can stay away from Flex. Flex carefully killing the Siphon, then kind of hanging over back behind the pillar. Can't really break away from this torrent. Can't really interrupt for Haster. That is quite a lot of damage onto Flex. Man might be in a bad spot. May just end up burning down. Actually having to go over there to kill the tentacles, or at least deny some of the damage from the thing. Feign coming back up, actually available right now. Haster in a great spot. He just needs a Shadow Word Death onto Flex, and he'll be in a good moment. Trying to see if he could blast out the pet a little bit here. Flex going in for a feign death. If Haster realizes this, he could apply all the dots. Could go for a channel. Nothing Flex can really do unless he can close the gap to interrupt or maybe go for that range stun. He is going to try to see if he can get a Mind Bender onto Flex. Looks like he's letting his pet die, so Flex can catch himself a restealth, having to abandon the pet, but at least that puts him as a solo man out in combat without anything that can keep him from resetting like a pet or whatever. That's actually not the worst play. He is super low in health, dampening really high at Haster, trying to see if he can pick up another set of eyes. As long as he can maybe somehow avoid a trap or two, he might be able to get next to DJ, but it's going to be rough, man. Tar Trap try to go for a fear, doesn't quite connect. He has to be very careful with the feign death. If he can track the feign death, then I think he can close out the game, because there's been at least two chances for him to do it. But it's unfortunate, man. It's a lot going on. You got the pet. You're trying to get yourself a decent position. It is going to be that stun onto Flex. He's trying to go for a harpoon, denying that full silence value. It's going to be explosive. Trying to see if he can charge out towards Haster. There goes a full root. Haster got himself a bit of a resetting. Now he's actually turning this around onto Flex. Flex is normally the one trying to see if he can hold Haster in place, but this time around, cards have been flipped. Haster got himself some damage, maybe some survivability. He got dispersed, but I don't really know if that Vampiric Embrace will be enough to really keep him alive here, as DJ does not have any dots for a moment. No feign death for a bit. Try to see if he can swing over to Haster. Fear, but a freezing trap stops him. It's going to be Trinket for Haster, trying to get some dots onto Flex with a Mind Bender as well. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. DJ Flex is committing some DPS right now. Turtle Shell for just a moment. Probably going to cancel it out just so you keep the pressure rolling in with a stun. But Haster got himself full PI. Flex does end up removing all the dots. This is an opportunity for Haster to maybe end this right here. Does go for Disperse just to stay on top of Flex, avoiding some of those traps. Not all of them though. And DJ still clean from any of the damage over time effects. Stun back into Haster. Does he have anything at all? That Death Shock him. Big harpoon to keep him in place. Grenades flying in. Kill shot at the ready. And DJ does end up swinging out on top. That's actually such a good back and forth. Is it going to be Callister next? Looks like it is going to be Callister, or to get it tagged up with a dot. Trying to see if he can maybe get around. Just needs to get himself a couple of rapid fires onto DJ. As soon as he doesn't have a feign death, if you can get a couple of good rapid fires in, you'll be golden. DJ just try to see if he can play it slow. Needs to get some dots out of Callister with the kill commands and surplus things, and maybe over time he might be able to get himself a winnable position. He knows that the traps are on the corner, so actually for Callister it's gonna be good. Look at that freeze. Oh, wait a second. Oh, for Callister it's not good at all. Trying to get some damage onto Flex. Oh no, the freeze though. That freeze, I actually thought that maybe because when he got GG frozen, I thought, okay, that's it. You can get some decent damage. Big aim shot, rapid fire right after. Flex can't stop it, but that was such a good land up freezing trap. Callister also doesn't run a pet, so he doesn't have a stun of his own. So he can't really control Flex in that way. Normally you could just get a pet over there, stun him, swing around the corner before he can lay more traps down. But for Callister, he's just going in all damage. Just full DPS. As Flex looking for a bit of a Manic Bandage. Callister does not have Manic Bandages as a marksman, which is super unfortunate. Did he lay traps for Flex though? I think he has to. I think he's got to lay some traps. There goes one. Freezing trap. It's kind of far away though. Tar Trap on the other side. You just gotta find a way to bait Flex into one of these traps to get himself some CC. Scatter for just a second. Finally got a rapid fire. It's gonna be a swinging over the trap actually. Oh, the kill shot right after. Are you kidding me? This man is still alive? Flex, are you still alive? Hold on. The boy's bringing it back. Give me a second. I honestly thought Marksman would have maybe potentially had him. You did harpoon through one of the traps and it looked like it just disappeared. I'm not sure if it was just a DR thing or not. Or maybe you just harpooned and damage broke you immediately. But I don't know what happened to that one freezing trap that you just leapt over. Unless you literally leapt over it and it just didn't register the Z axis. It was a little too high above the trap. Kind of like how demon hunters can jump over things if they double jump. But DJ got himself at least a full reset. I don't know what he's gonna look like on cooldowns, man. He does have a trinket, exil, turtle, but offensively, I have no idea. It was just Chicago at high dampening. Chicago may be the one in a bit of a tight spot because dampening is not gonna feel great at all. Part of their defensive is healing, but they do have great defenses though, like wall together with a guardian. Especially if you can just get a few seconds with a DJ Flex, you could really just end it right there. Trying to go for a big Thunder, trinket out of Flex, freeze trap onto Chicago, does trinket out of him immediately. Turtle Shell with a fade death, does knock him up in the air. The Raptors are in, and DJ is just gonna hold onto that Turtle Shell as long as possible. If Chicago can somehow just get a slow on the guy, does ruin him before the Harpoon connects, it's gonna be charged for Flex. Chicago finally got him in melee for just a second scatter right after. Harpooning right back in with even more grenades. Chicago almost so close to touch him, almost so close to reach him. Wait, last one may just enter right there. Does they have a lightning bolt to follow? They just did a bit of maelstrom and maybe just have him. Oh, left in just to swipe him out of the game. My goodness. What? That was so good. Flex does bring it back with 3 after Mish has had himself a hell of a run. But Chicago does close out the game. Are you kidding me? I did not expect it. I thought that maybe it was just going to be like, all right, Kite CD out of Flex. He has himself perfectly established. He's good to go. But no, Chicago with that leap, that last I thought the entire time, like, he needs to get in melee, but no, he just needs to get some damage, some kind of damage out of the guy. Oh my god, that's so good. Let's get another going. Let's say behind the post with the pet. I mean, it's rogue strats, right? Let's be honest. But yeah, no, I mean, hunters are squishy, right? Compared to a rogue, I think I don't know who would disagree with this statement, but hunters are squishy, right? So for a hunter to like sit behind a pillar, it's like, it's a necessity because it's like you either sit behind the pillar or you die. It's kind of like a monk out in the open without rotation of cooldowns, right? If you're not rotating defensives the entire time, what are you doing? You ain't living. Chicago, let me know if we're good to go, my guy. That was awesome. I enjoyed that one. That was a hell of a match to start the night off. Hopefully we'll get some faster matches from here on, but who knows, right? 5? Double checking with you. Let the pet hit him whilst running away. So the thing is with our pet is the pet doesn't really do that much damage. Their dots also don't really do that much damage. I mean, it's a little bit of damage, but it's not a lot. Let's do a hook point just to mix it up a little bit. But yeah, like when he puts down the surplus thing on somebody and goes for a kill command with a bleed, it tickles at most. Majority of the damage comes from the grenades, the kill shots, flank and strike, maybe a couple of Mungus bites from a distance, death shock him with explosive shot setup, right? So it's very much like, it's very choreographed. Like when you see a hunter throwing specific abilities, you know they're going in for damage. He was playing it that way, trying to last as long as possible, take more people out. He wasn't thinking of just one person, slowing on him, but a reason. Yeah, no. I mean, that's part of the thing about 5v5 1v1 duels. Sometimes you just go in to try to kill the guy in front of you, and you're trying to see if you can scrape together cooldowns for the next competitor. And other times you're just trying to, like, you plan for the current competitor, but you're also planning your cooldowns for the next guy as well. And that's actually kind of fun. I kind of enjoy stuff like that. But yeah. What's up, Dal? Happy Saturday. What's up, Shane? How you doing, man? Happy Saturday to you too. And Alan, how you doing, my guy? Yeah, sometimes some of these games are going to be real quick, some are going to be slower. It just, you know, just how things go. Because with Mish, I mean, around cooldowns, he's just slamming it, right? Haster as well as Volk as well. Oh, I guess Tick as well as Volk. I mean, the back and forth they had with Mage and the Priest. I mean, you got a setup, you know what I mean? A really solid setup. Are we going to have Priest versus Priest? No. To Twitch. Haster up over on the team one. First one up versus Barb, which is my boy Boris, the rogue Demoniac on the Paladin. I do like this set for Dwarf Paladins. I don't know what it is. It looked like just like, I don't even know, like a proper knight, but also like the stature with this set specifically. Something about it makes it look compact, and kind of fitting. Stun out of Haster immediately. Barb with a Shield of Vengeance, maybe with a wall too. Stun into Haster, it's gonna force a trick and fear immediately as soon as he sees the Crusade and Wake of Ashes. Could be an opportunity for Barb just to slam an immunity, and there he goes. Spell Warden, immune from any magic damage, which is all Haster could really offer, besides a couple of technical slabs by the Mindbender. Big hammer hanging over Priest's head. Slams down into him with full righteous justice. Barb looking for a bit of reset. Did a most amount of damage, but is now trying to see if he can play slow, play it steady, trying to see if he can manage the dots. Blind, but doesn't quite connect. Needs to go for an interrupt versus Void Torrent, otherwise he could be in a bad spot. Haster now does not have to worry about interrupts. Double tentacle to Barb, not feeling that good right now. Could be a bubble out of him. No, instead it's a lay on hands. If Haster is in a good spot, maybe can get himself a big kill off of that lay on hands. No bubble available. Insanity is going to be huge. If you can get a bunch of Insanities, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. Tentacle on top of with a root to follow. Do you have a hand of freedom? He doesn't for at least last second. And it's going to try to go for a kick. Misses it though. The dots are in. But Haster can connect. As a Shadow Priest, one of the slower classes in the game. Even if they got more mobility, like they have a shield movement speed, they also got Fade that can remove slows on a fairly shortish cooldown, but you mostly use it defensively. And then you got Feathers, which I don't really know a lot of people really use it. I guess it depends on the build you're running. But even though Priests got a lot more mobility than they have had in previous few expansions, they're still very, very sluggish, very, very slow. Getting around the pillar against most other classes, even something as quick as a Paladin, which is like not really quick at all. Bubble out of Barb though, he's still able to maintain his distance away from Haster. Big hammer hanging over the man's head as he got himself desperate prayer looking to pick up a couple of dots. Tentacles though, doing a number onto Barb's health. If he's out in the open, letting a tentacle attack him, oh look at Feathers, there they are. So he has played Feathers actually, and look at that mobility. So you can get around the pillar, it's just if you got a slow on you, like it just cancels Feathers out entirely. Another hammer hanging over his head. Got himself a fear. Looking to maybe get himself a bit of a turnaround onto the Paladin. A little bit of Flays. Not the Insanity Flays, but just plain Flays. Shield of Vengeance, as he does get rooted, gives Haster an opportunity to at least go for a bit of a Void Torrent together with a Void Eruption. Try to see if he can send Void Bolts in every direction. Barb carefully avoids every one of these Void Bolts. The missiles flying out. Quick blind into Haster. Does he have the damage? Stunned right after. Haster could be in a good spot. Hold on, if you got him some Mind Flay Insanity. Siphon is huge. Reduces the healing. Executes could be massive. Tentacles upon you. The guy's just trying to see if he can deal with the dots. Not a lot of good spot. Got him some big wings, but maybe he can barely heal himself some way, somehow. Haster looking to catch up. Does get himself executes back to back, but not enough to take down the Paladin just yet. Barb going for Wake of Ashes just to go get himself some resources for yet another Ward of Glory. And I think that Wake actually does slow Haster quite a bit. Were you able to connect with that Shadow Crash? I think you were. That's going to be even more Void Eruptions. One more DP. Oh, that is so close. That is so close, man. I feel like Haster has played his fair rounds against Paladins more than once. More than once. Wait a second. Chicago? Huh? Oh yeah, evil. Yeah, I forgot. Villain arc. Yeah, that actually is. You know what? Normally I'd be like, why would Chicago do this? That's so out of character. But look at their felled Draenei. Like, this is normal for now. Maybe they'll go back to like cleanse himself, go holy Draenei at some point. Then maybe. They do have yellow eyes, so you can make yourself look kind of like a normal Lightforge, but like normal Draenei, but looking kind of like a Lightforge. Big meatball flying onto Haster as Diabolical is in. Silence to follow, trying to see if he can maybe just try to mitigate the damage with a quick dark back. Throwing in a big old Infernal, couple of portals, putting some pressure onto Haster. Might be a situation where the man's looking at the Disperse as a viable button. It is a strong ability. Trying to go for a couple Insanities, so if you can get more casts like that on Daya, might be okay, but that Chaos Ball just makes him want to tuck tail and run behind the pillar. No. Never mind. He's using it aggressively. Instead, he's kind of charging with it. It's going to be a Bonzafell reflect up onto Daya. Haster got to be very, very careful to reflect. That is still a big old Infernal hanging out next to you. Massive Void Torrent. Trying to see if he can stop it with a Succubus quick stun onto Daya though. Does get himself the Spore Cloak activating too as a last means of defense. So now Daya has to be a little bit more careful. Wall may be an ability he may be looking at using Dark Pact real quickly, even while Silence. Big Chaos Bolt back into Haster. Massive heal for Daya while he's feeling like, you know what? I may decide to get himself a heal early just to stabilize with Haster, because this Shadow Priest is not giving you an easy out. There goes the wall. Mind Games right after, trying to see if we go for a few into Haster with a Bonzafell, not really letting him go anywhere. Haster with a Soul Fire. Oh, cannot avoid it as he rounds behind the pillar, but there's just no way. That is so rough. Reflect out for Daya, and Mash is trying to see if he can be very, very careful and not wait. What are you doing now? You're just looking at him? Why are you in the middle of everybody? What is happening? Daya, I think it's gonna go down. Mortical into Mish, unless you got some kind of CC like a succubus. Every one of these hammers is so. What are you doing, Chicago? I saw that. You thought I didn't see it? I saw you. I watched you sunder his corpse. Why are you doing this? Villain arc. What is happening? Somebody, these paladins need to beat up Chicago, show him the path of light again. What is happening? Oh, yeah, there's no way for Daya to live that. When the big hammer comes through him, the execute hammer, it's over. Unless you got something for it. Wait, Callister? What are you doing? What are you guys doing? Oh, villain arc. What is that? I hate this villain arc. I hate it because one of my favorite homies, Chicago, is now being a toxic boyo. Big damage onto Mish, maybe looking at a bubble right now. That or like a Bob spell warden would even use versus a hunter because they got plenty of explosive damage with grenades and TNT. But then you got big kill shots that are just straight up physical damage with a flanking strike. Like even if you just protect yourself with one of those, the other's just gonna eliminate you. Stun onto GeForce. Mish is trying to see if he can maybe ramp up a bit of damage. Will be a bubble situation. Cannot pick between a bop or a blessing. And actually, correct me if I'm wrong, but is Death Shock still shadow damage? Because then you can't bop it. You gotta blessing it. But then you're open to physical attacks. It's a lose-lose situation. Mish cannot win with his next immunity. Flex just needs himself a little bit of time. Even if there is immunity, can maybe even remove it, especially if it's Bob. Can might just shrink shot it. Mish gets himself actually a chance to get himself a little bit of healing. If he got himself Mage Foot from Tick, he could sit down and maybe get himself a bit of recovery. That might not be the bad idea, since most paladins play for like the insta-cast flash heals. They can't really stand still and just like really top himself up unless they're using it regularly. So get himself a little bit of food may not be the worst, especially as DJ is just gonna chill in camo, catch up a little bit of healing with him. Bandages, stun onto Mish, trinkets out of it, trying to see if he can line his sight. Is going to be able to get himself a hand of freedom to get himself out of a slow. DJ having to approach closer. He's going to go for a Hajj, but a freezing trap stops him. The man is just slipping on ice. Can't really do much in this situation. Trying to see if he can close this gap, but just a pillar hanging between him and Flex as he sends out a Death Shock him. This might be an opportunity for lay on hands or Bob or a Spell Warden. One of those two. Three. Big charge by Flex, closing that gap. And it's actually good for Flex. Blessing protection. Flex could maybe remove it. Removes it with one quick trank shot. So for Mish doesn't even get any value off of it. That is a rough call, but he decided that he has to go against physical damage. He decided that physical damage is too much. Chicago just grip and flex like a death knight right in the center of the arena. Not gonna let him go anywhere with a static totem. That is gonna be a freezing trap. Chicago bacon out of it immediately. Flex does not have a stun for a good bit though. So if Chicago can get over next to Flex, what is his use of gateway? Excuse me? Hello? I don't even know if Flex really needs a gateway. He has plenty of ability. Gonna be a root totem. Stun on Chicago. Cannot really stop it. Trinkets, but it's gonna go for a feign death. Charging right back to Chicago, but you're just next to death and Carter himself, and Chicago takes him out fairly quickly. Volk charging now, trying to see if he can maybe get himself some kind of pressure. Shadow Crush around the corner. Chicago just charges past it, able to avoid it. Fear, it's gonna actually... Is that a tremor? Oh, what a good use of tremor there, actually. Fear just tremored it instantly. Volk trying to get some damage in. Chicago looks like maybe lagging a little bit on their end. Hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But Volk at least maybe could use this as an opportunity to get himself a good go. Survival Loki and beautiful. Dude, Survival is... I feel like it's one of those specs that's under the radar. Not a lot of people talk about them. Not a lot of people give them credit or effort. But like when you do see like a decent Survival, you're like, whoa, this class, man. Because they're very much like rogues, you know, with resets they can do, the traps, plus the damage profile is really, really good. Magic, physical, they got it all. It's interesting. Chicago, though, does also have a similar profile versus Volk, but that's definitely not helping him right now. Stun, Mind Games, knock back for a second, still trying to catch him. Mind Games, but a quick intro by Chicago does stop him in place. Got himself a bit of that bloodlust with Touch of the Magi. Oh, not Touch of the Magi, but Touch of the Vampiric Touch. Chicago trying to see if he can maybe hold on. Oh, the tentacles, the Mind Games. You got to do something. Wall is up. Got himself the Guardian. Maybe they'll give you a little bit of healing. Try to go for a kick to Volk. Will not be able to. Mind Flame Sanity might be the end of you. Chicago tried to go for a little bit of healing, but that flame just ends up burning you down, singeing you over time. With Callister going to be up next. Still sticking to the marksmanship guns, but switching out to a build that includes a pet with a pet stun, which could be really, really good. Sniper shot onto Volk, does him a nice little headshot. Fear onto both the hunter as well as the pet, and Volk got himself an opportunity to at least relax, to let the death shotgun fall off. Stun, still in a decent spot. Maybe can still avoid Callister. Callister trying to make some damage happen right now. Stun right after for the Shadow Priest. Rapid fire to follow. Unless you can avoid those, you'll be in a bad spot. Does have disperse. May just want to use it super early just to recover a bunch of health. It might be dispersed situation right here. Unless explosive. Oh, kill shots are not feeling great at all. Volk, which is my man, chilled on the Shadow Priest, surviving. I don't even know how. But hey, one thing to say about Shadow Priest survivability is definitely better than that of a Death Knight. I feel like if this was Callister versus Childs on his main, I feel like he might have died from that kill shot a while ago. Mind game, silence to follow. Callister not in a great spot. Is going to be dots on him. Got him some turtle shell, but is still rotting down. Cannot really heal for a little bit here. Got him some survival of the fittest. Maybe that'll give you a little bit of survivability, but that Siphon is definitely kind of zoning out from that side. You can't really go left-hand side because it's going to be a bunch of bolts. Stun. Void Torn. It is just over, I think. Hold on. Oh, it does get the dots in there at the end. Tick is going to be up next. Immediate interrupt onto Volk into a Ray of Frost. Not going to give him a chance here. Volk does not have a disperse. Maybe can go for a bit of healing. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. Once he's out of cooldowns, man, there's only so much you can do. Well, into my jungle, immediately closing the gap with Tick with a polymorph glacier spike right after, trying to see if he can establish the CC that slows the pressure. And jungle wants to go in for as many kill shots as possible. Tick does not have a lot of health to work with unless he can go for an ice block. May just have to, maybe, yeah, ice block. That's still big kill shots fly through. And his mana advantage will not be full. He has plenty of health, so he's not super worried, but he can't really recover as long as the pet is up. Tick not in a great spot right now, can't really heal fully. Try to go for flurries, maybe more lances, but I think the hunter may just have him. Survival hunter damage, man. I feel like not a lot of people expected, but it's actually up there. And my man Chill's got 2. Wait, did your flex really only got 1? I'm gonna have to look through that one again, but I'd be very surprised if Chill's, if not Chill's, but if Flex got only 1 there. I felt like he was playing for a while, but maybe just him and Paladin game was super long. Alrighty, Hunter Gateway, yeah, Hunter Gateway, yeah. I'm not a big fan of you guys using gateways if it's like not part of your kit, but I mean, look, I try not to make rules about things that I can't control, but like, please try not to use gateway if you can. Ready, my Paladin, use more gear. I feel you on that, man. Yeah, I think you're doing really good though. Like you're playing well. Let's do Black Rook Hold. We'll switch back and forth, yeah. Boris, Chicago, if you guys are ready. Make sure you're the lead of your groups, Chicago and Boris. If Boris is swapped over. It's probably just Flex lead, yeah. Half geared. I mean, you're doing pretty good as a half geared priest. I'm not gonna lie. You're doing pretty good, honestly. Hell yeah. Yeah, I see your items. Yeah. You're not doing bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, seems fair. Yeah, I don't think so. Well, bounces on a point. Yeah, one day, man, one day. Alright, let's try to see if it works now. Make sure you are lead. Make sure you are lead, friend. I think it would be Boris, maybe, or maybe Chicago. Let me check. Oh yeah, okay. I guessed correctly. I guess that you said Paladin needs more gear. I guess that you swapped over. And you did. Back on TM Demoniac? What happened to the other Demoniac? The, I guess the Night Elf one. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let me know when you're good. Let me just write it to you. Okay, let me know when you are good. How you guys doing, by the way, chat? Hope everybody's having a good one, man. I'm enjoying these duels. We got only a handful of them done so far, but I'm already enjoying these a lot. I should have been up here a lot earlier, though. Not delaying the stream by like 30 minutes or whatever. 15, but then having to get groups for 15. Still sick? I'm sorry to hear that, Ashley. Sorry to hear that, my guy. I'm trying not to get sick, man, but it all depends. Do I get proper sleep? Do I keep myself healthy? Do I do it? So far, not sleeping a lot. Or trying to sleep when I can. Hunter gaming on top? Hell yeah, dude. Hunters are doing pretty good. At least tonight. Last night, they weren't doing bad either. It was a lot of rogue games, you guys. If you weren't there for that stream, it was a lot of rogue games. My man Grifka showed up. But Hunters are not doing that bad, but give us a second, right? Give my man C-Work in here. I think he'll be able to turn it around for some of these guys. That's my main. For some reason, my alt rogue have better gear. Yo, I've been in that boat too, Boris. I've been in that boat too, honestly. I think back in Legion, right? I had my main rogue, I had my alt rogue. And my alt rogue, I just was playing with some buddies, and it was like the first time, very first time hitting like, because I usually play like 2s more than 3s, but it was like we got together with some buddies playing 3s. It was alt rogue, Fury Warrior, Mystery Monk, just for funsies. Was it Resisham? Resisham or Mystery Monk? I'm not sure. I think it was Mystery Warrior. But it was like first time any of us hit 2200 in 3s. And we were just playing around the comp. It was in Legion, right? So it's not like anybody played Outlaw Rogue or Fury Warrior. But it would just basically have this like a one-shot comp where I Trixie the Fury, he pops all these cooldowns, we gotta kill real quick on somebody. We kinda just like had this one-track mind for a while. That's what Outlaw Rogue had between the eyes stun. That was like a ranged kidney shot. It was kinda nuts. And you had Dread Blades, you could like stun, get a couple of finishes on the guy, re-stun the healer, a couple of finishes on the guy, stun the healer again, walk up, gouge him, blind him. Churn, stun again. Right? You really just had insane control. Because what you could also do is like, your cooldown reduction was a lot stronger too. So you could like Dread Blades, Sinister Strike, stun the healer, Sinister Strike, dispatch the, or run through, it was the finisher name, but eviscerate the primary target, then Sinister Strike, stun the guy full, Sinister Strike, eviscerates, Sinister Strike, restun the healer, Sinister Strike, eviscerate, Sinister Strike, restun this guy, Sinister Strike, or just stun the DPS. Because you could basically go like Sinister, stun the healer, Sinister, eviscerate, Sinister, stun the primary target, Sinister, eviscerate, Sinister, stun the DPS trying to play defensive. It was nuts. Grifka games? Yeah, it was Grifka games too. Never been this sick like this before. I hope you feel better. Finishing up a week off work, then back on Monday. Oh no, Chief. Enjoy it, my man. Enjoy it. Mondays are gonna be super fun. Not really, but enjoy the time you have. You know what I mean? I love that. Dude, it was nuts. It was like one of those specs that like no one ever played at all. And it was like, it didn't really do a lot of damage. It was mostly a CC bot, and I had tricks that would make like whoever I had marked with tricks like do 30% more damage or 50% more damage. I don't remember which one. Waiting on Chick Team? Nope. I thought I was waiting on you. Can I find the thing? Okay, I gotta retype it again. Spectator match. Boris, Chicago, 5, Rook, 1. Here we go. Yeah, I was waiting for you to get a lead, and you also said that Chicago declined. Hey, are we looking for more? We are. Okay. We lost a lot of people on Team Chicago, actually. Hold on a second. Chicago needs a couple of homies. Let me join in. Let me take over. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. They lost. All but 2. Gotta refill. Yeah, we gotta have to refill here real quickly. Fast lead. I'll get a couple of homies to join in, maybe. See who's up on Real ID. If you guys want to join in, we got a group. Chicago. It's listed. LFG Raids Legacy. Feel free to join up. Let me see who is around. That's our regular. I think Boom is with Boris, right? I believe. Music, Daylight, SP, Kevin. Oh, hey Kevin. Wanna join some duels after us arenas? Friend? So Destroy is... Oh wait, Destroy is Azal. Yeah, okay, so PvE friend. Daylight is in Western Gulch. Okay. Mash, we had him. But him and his homies doing stuff. Vamp? Just logged off. On Forge. Twister, maybe? Yes, Twister. No Twister. Oh, Twister's No. Oh, never mind. No is a buddy from way back in the day. He's PvE mostly. He's PvE. You went your own way fast. Exactly. Which one was the vacation? I would love to join. All good, delayed. All good, my guy. All good. We do need a couple more bodies though for this team. Stinky, more than welcome to join us, my guy. What a name. We need 2 more after this one though. And then we should be hopefully good to... Is that Ashendarian? That is Ashendarian probably, isn't it? Okay. Because I've been adding a lot more people that I've been playing with recently, but a lot of them are really just PvE, like Mythic Plusers. So I don't want to bug them or anything, you know what I mean? Hey, Rude. Wanna... But yeah, oh, Nick, that's another name I haven't seen tonight at all. I wonder if he's on. Kevin already asked him. We'll see. Ken isn't. That's good. Vampire? Hold on, Stony Malone. Hold on real quick. Hey, Vamp. Wanna join a few 5v5 Duels games? We see Vamp is joining because you need 2 and we'll be good to go. I'm sure Kevin will be able to join in a bit here. Hopefully, maybe, kinda, sorta. I'm just assuming. I'm just straight up assuming. Yeah, Nick ain't online, so we're chilling then. But yeah, if you guys want to join in, groups are up. Listed in Raids Legacy, Dungeons Raids. If you just type in number 5 in the search, then you should be able to find us pretty easily for the 5v1 Duels groups. We just need 2 more, we'll be good to go. Because the other group is already. Holy, this thing is not geared for red. This will be something. I mean, as long as you have yourself a decent enough weapon and a handful of trinkets, like you should be good, right? As long as you got some kind of a trinket, even if you got like a defensive trinket or whatever, you should be chilling. Hopefully. I like Monk, but I feel the paper on it. They do great damage though. Monks, like in PvP specifically, definitely have to like rotate a lot of defensives as they play. Right, while you're in combat, you basically can be out there naked with no cooldown ever. Whenever you're out in PvP, you have to always have some kind of a defensive rolling at all times. That or having enemy lockdown or leg sweep, Fist of Fury to parry them, something, anything. But yeah, you are pretty squishy, and you have to really play around that hit and run. Like if you get in low, run, catch some heals, avoid the enemy for a little bit, get in there once you got a defensive, and you're fine chilling. Yeah, big hit and run feels, man. It's got holy stats. What are the holy stats? Like crit versa? Or you go for like haste versa? If it's haste versa, I think it could work. Crit versa? Is it probably not mastery versa? Are you? I don't even know. I always assume crit versa. Just so you can get more procs for the flash heals or whatever. Or, yeah. Or flash heal procs. And then you can go for big holy light. I think it's holy light. Dude, it tells you how much I play Paladin, man. Master Versa. Oh. Huh. I mean, I think Red Pally is normally one haste just for globals, but if you want to like giga damage build, Master is the way to go. Well, used to be. Yeah, is Master even good now? I did ask Atho. Atho! Don't know much of crit. Okay. Yeah. I just didn't really know. I didn't know what you run stat wise for priest at all or paladin. Just had no idea. Does Cora want to join in? Or Gore? I don't know if he's got gear on that hunter or not for PvP. But maybe it's worth asking. What there is? Hold on, Warrior, do you want to join in? Hey Warrior. Wanna join a few duels? I don't know if Weathers is ready for duels or not, or if he wants to join in for any. I'm just gonna ask anyway, see what he says. I also need my man. If Airless was around, dude, I'll get him in here. Arthur said yes. I don't think this will need like Onomasa would be good to go. Wait, Avant-Garde? Wasn't that that one paladin on the EU? God, I forgot the name. I can remember the Mog, but I forgot the name. I don't want to still remember. I remember the Mog, but I don't know the name. Most of this guy gear the same. Okay, cool. Get you in. What's the pallet? Hell yeah, my guy. How many pallets do we got? Like 2? Perfect. All right, Ono mods, boys. We're good to go. Where's Kedem, by the way? Because Kedem is an A, right? Where's Kedem EU? I'm looking out for my man Kedem now. It's been a while since we had him. Where is Kedem? He's like up above, isn't he? In the like E or something? Maybe? I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I don't remember. I'm gonna ask Churk though. Hey Churk. Churk doing duels tonight. I feel like I ask Churk every single week. No, I just get stonewalled every time. But I ask him anyway. Because I remember Churk back in the day, dude. Back in the day. Baldwin. Oh. Hold on, Baldwin? Hey, hold on. Wasn't Baldwin Diabolicals? Or no? Hey, man. I don't want to join Duels tonight? Number 4 hardcore. Oh no, 4th character? I'm asking him anyway, man. I'm asking him real quick to see what it says. You go versus Master's Red Tomb? Do you really? Because I heard the Master scaling is kind of low now. Or not as good as it used to be. I'm pretty sure. It's okay. The way Arthur described it is like versatility is like your best stat now. Which isn't ideal. That means your character is going to end up scaling poorly as like the expansion goes on. Especially as we get into like last year, whatever that will be. So probably not this year, but I guess the one after that. But maybe. All good, friend. All good, friend. All good. Hope you're doing good. So we need on the mods chat. Anyone want to join? Anybody? I asked my man Kevin. I didn't get a response back, but it's okay. Boris. Do you know any homies that want to join? Because you need on the mods will be good to go. Hey, my man. Duels tonight? I see my man up right there. Last second. Cheer guard sound. How you doing? How you doing, C-Mark? How's your PC holding on, my man? It's like a classic AHC. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you are enjoying it, friend. Hell yeah. I'm glad that people find classic hardcore, man. I'm having fun with it. Let me check. Yeah. I'm asking C-Mark. He looks like he's already queuing some stuff. But oh, mad. Okay, we'll get paladins. We got a couple of paladins. Jumped on my shaman. Wait, did I message Pancake? Did I message Seawork or Pancake? No, wait, hold on. I meant to whisper Seawark. Hold on. Oh, we do have spots now. Let me actually just whisper Seawark real quick. I meant to whisper Seawark, but how do I whisper Pancake? Okay, well, if he wants to join in, up to you. Up to you, friend. There we go. Right now, just go versus Master. Maybe shooting at 10-2, don't know, but at least high res do. It just Master used to be the play back in like first season and second season or whatever, but ever since they got the rework, Mastery scaling, like it takes a lot more points to get like a % in Mastery now. So scaling wise, like, I guess it is like the most reliable stat you can pick up because it directly does buff majority of your damage and abilities. But because mastery and like so many of your abilities do holy damage, they had to devalue mastery. I thought haste would have been the winner just because you can get more globals or even crit. But versatility is generally, like, for PvE content, versatility is the highest. And then you get a little bit of haste, a little bit of crit, a little bit of mastery, but you'll probably scale poorly as you play. I'll be honest, not done much PvP, but I haven't done gear. Pancake, you're more than welcome to it. Yeah, I don't, because I see you all the time on my real ID, right? But I know you're mostly PvE and stuff, but that's why I usually don't, like, hit you up for duels, because I know it's like, oh, he probably doesn't really have gear, but it's all good. I meant to whisper Seawark, but now he's not on. Oh, wait, there he is. Hey, Seawark. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Duels tonight? Let me see if he's down. Yeah, I don't know how I ended up whispering you here to Rose Dayab grabs popcorn. Well, we gotta get a couple of games to get Dayab a couple of games in. You know what I mean? We gotta get a body in, and then we can actually queue some of these, and then you can roast some more. Is this Alliance? Is that what this guy's linking? Mapping location under attack. Oh, there's Alliance out there. Ah. Hold on, can I see them? Oh, I guess they're in the Brewfest area, aren't they? Is this stealthies? There's bodies. No. Are they in the middle there somewhere? There is a lot of bodies. What the? Wait, is that Alliance over there? No, it's just a troll with red hair. It looked like it's red, like above where his name would be. But no. Okay, I'm gonna stop the fun. I'm gonna get the hell out of there, dude. I'm a low B. I'm just gonna get sniped. Just gonna get one of the corpses on the floor. That ain't happening. Hey, Dad, what's going on? What's up, boy? How you doing, man? Just trying to get a couple of bodies here. Just need uno mas and we'll have 2 groups ready. Hello, bro. Oh, MQY. Yeah, you're more than welcome to join us. Yo, MQ, what's your character's name, dude? I could just maybe invite you, like, by whisper. Right? I could just do /invite MQY, whatever your character name is. What server? Unreality, AMG. Okay, well, maybe we could do that then, yeah? Hold on, AMG. Will this work? Sorry, I don't see your messages popping up like normal messages. Instead, it's like a ping on Discord or whatever, and then I see the message requesting or whatever. I had to set DM, but it still shows up there. But yeah, I'm no clue. It's just not showing up for me at all. It just shows up like as a ping. But I get a lot of those. Like, this could just have so many notifications. I'm just gonna let him sit there. But I added you, my guy. Verax and Strider. Are you NA or are you EU? Invite. Let's see if this works. Player from that. Wait, what? You cannot invite players from that realm. It says no. What? It literally says you cannot invite players from that realm. Oh, I have no idea. You can add me. I added you on Reality. Yeah, I added you on Reality, so we can play. I tried to add you on Reality. I don't know if you got my message or an ad or whatever. But we got a group for now. If we got spots, man, I'll get you. Yeah, I tried to add you. Look, I'll do it again. Bam. Bam. Like, it's up to you to get my request, I guess. Or it's bugged. I have no idea. But if it's not letting me invite you from that realm or whatever, I have no idea what it'd be like. What would be the holdup. You know what I mean? But we got groups for now. So if we got spots, man, I'll get you in. Finally good goes, boys. Oh, let me get a queue. Let me get a queue. Rook. Black Rook hold. Now we're good. I'm a shaman. If you want, yo, Pancake, after this, man, if we got spots, I can get you in. Yeah. 30 haste value anyway for 4 setters, right? Is that what it is? 40? Okay. 30-ish haste value. So it is, isn't that heavy haste then? Haste versa? I have no idea. Or is that for PvE content? Hold on a second. Is that PvE content? Also, how does that change in next year? Because you're going to be able to go play Xpurg, right? Doesn't that have like a higher crit chance or something? Or am I wrong on that one? 30% haste value anyway? Okay. Oh, with the 4 set, you said it for 30-ish. Really? Is that real? Wanted to get some duels in before the next badge back in the month. Sat all good, delayed. All good, all good. My man, you'll be able to get in some of these like by 10-2, yeah, in the next month. Actually, no, if it's in a month, depending when they're released 10-2, maybe. But new patch looks even more exciting than the current one, honestly. So it's not like you're missing out on much anyway. Switch. Let me just make sure that this actually is doing my thing. Beautiful. Here we are. All right. We got ourselves Haster over on the team too. With that, we got ourselves Ring. We got ourselves Stinky. I love that name. We're gonna be first up with Worth of Palace, Alive for Dreadeye, and Chicago. Stinky off the bat. I'm sorry if I laugh when I say your name. I used to have a guy. I used to have a buddy named Stinky, so it's just like, for me it's twofold. One, funny haha name, but also that guy was just a homie of mine. Gonna be a big bloodlust out of the chief. Yes, chef. Is that chief or is that chef? I don't even know. Chief, just trying to see if we can just unload a barrage of maces into Stinky's face. I swear, my man. Dude, I have a humor of a 12-year-old. Let's be honest here, dude. Oh my goodness. Stinky barely alive. Zapping the last. I think it just might be over. The guy does go in for a human racial mania bubble. Chief going in with a big old trinket, blasting him out last second of sentence. Oh, that is a lot. Last second, big old ascendance out of nowhere. Pandaren Shaman as well. On top of it. Rain gonna be up next. Big old death chakrams playing with the adaptation trinket, which I think is going to be interesting. Big damage on the chief right now. The guy looking for a bit of a reset. What is this Basilisk thing? By the way, do you know Basilisk can actually go real fast? If you get him out and you get out of combat and you mount up, then they'll really move with you. Chief taking a lot of damage. The Basilisk squint around the corner. The guy doesn't really have a lot of line of sight to hang behind. The Basilisk is actually paying the dividends. Look at that thing doing damage. It's actually doing quite a bit. He's just a kill shot away. Unless Burrow just hides from his problems underground, I would do it too, honestly. Too many burrows, just too many problems. Bury your head in the ground and just ignore it. It's all gonna go away eventually. But the kill shot's coming through. Chief trying to see if he could somehow close the gap. Sunder to get himself some kind of a CC onto the Hunter. Feigned death for just a moment. Got himself plenty of damage. Big just shock him. That's a lot of output. If Ring can get himself the good line of sight, he'll be in a fantastic spot. Just needs to get a line of sight and get a couple more of those kill shots, or kill commands rather. Big ascendance, random proc, maybe he can turn this around onto Ring. He has himself line of sight, as long as he has like a bit of distance, like 20 yards line of sight, 25 maybe? Then he can definitely get a couple of those auto attacks in. The lasso does get broken. Adaptations actually ends up kind of being good for this encounter. Ring backing away for just a second. Chief at no mana whatsoever, just needs a little bit more damage. I don't even know if he's really got Maelstrom. Maybe he's got Maelstrom by the looks of it, but he definitely does not have managed to really keep himself alive for much longer. At some point, we'll just have to start reorienting a lot of the Maelstrom just on the offensive side. The Elemental Blast, the Lightning Bolts, and just try to see if you can maybe win the damage DPS race of this fight. Death shock him up right now. Got himself Bloodlust. Maybe can make some kind of a play. Sunder for just a second. Ring got himself the Sporkle. Looking to get some slows onto the Chief. He needs line of sight. He needs to go for the kill shot right now. Chief barely hanging in there. Got himself just enough mana, just enough Maelstrom to keep himself survivable. Root onto all these pets. Ring with a Shadow Mill. Just try to see if he can maybe confuse the Chief with a stun right after him. Does he have the Dust Shock him? Sending out the Ghost Wolves into Ring with a Lightning Lasso. Hold on a second, I think he just turned it around. Lightning Bolt right after Flame Shock. He's actually alive. The boy does get to survive it. Honestly, I felt like with a Hunter's pressure, it was just going to be over for a second. Oh no. What is happening? Worth of Palace is going to be up next, trying to see if he can waddle over towards the Chief. Gonna be up next, giving the boy as much of a chance to get himself a proper recovery. Over on that team one, we got us as Diabolicals, we got us as Demoniac. I like that set. I don't see that set that often, but I like it a lot. We got us as Volk, and we got us as Wanted by Jungle as well, with the Paladin Worth of Palace. Immediate blind, trying to see if he can take down the totems. Was that a grounding totem? Or was that like a Wind Fury totem that you took down? What is that? What is it supposed to be? Got himself big hammer hanging over the guy's head with a Light Forge Racial. Lots of holy damage. It's going to be a burrow before the hammer can even connect. I do like the Shaman burrow ability, by the way. Problems? Just bury your head on the ground until it all goes away. It's so good. Trying to see if he can avoid Worth it. He's able to kind of swing by him. Got himself plenty of Maelstrom coming back up little by little though. Wartha looking to back up for just a moment, looking for a little bit of reheal. Got himself immunities, and it might be one of the situations. That's another question too. We asked this question about blessing and protection with survival hunters for paladins. Do you bop or do you spell warden? And I gotta ask the same question about shaman, because they got lots of magic damage, but also got physical damage with the wind furies and stuff. So which one is the better one? Lightning Lasso, Trinket out of Worth the Paladin, maybe a bubble scenario. Chief is taking a lot of damage right now, needs himself a little bit of recovery, no wall, nothing available. He's got himself a little bit of movement, can kind of sprint away from Worth the Paladin, who does have some limited mobility. Got himself the middle wings back up and running. Chief may need something for this one, hand freedom up right now, does get to go for a knock, hammer hanging over his head. Might be able to get himself a little bit of recovery, needs that maelstrom in order to give his heals a little bit increased value. So every single one of those heals is just even more potent. Stun, should be able to live it. That is still wings for just a second or two with a wake of acid right after. At least can go for a root. There goes the spore cloak. Got himself at least some kind of recovery. Able to go behind the pillar. Not a lot of mana available, but definitely needs some maelstrom or an ascendance proc. That's I think maybe what he's fishing for blind right now with wolves not available. Worth a Pally actually back it up instead. Doesn't want to fight it. He sees ghost wolves. He sees it's going to be maelstrom. He doesn't even want to give him like a setup. He doesn't want to give him an opportunity to get some kind of a go going. For Chief though, he's really bad on mana right now. Just down bad for that mana. Lasso for just a second doesn't really crack into the defenses of Paladin at all. And Chief trying to see if he can avoid it, trying to see if this one around. Does go for the knockback as another set of wings is available. Big hammer hanging over his head. Could go for the wall and maybe turn this one around potentially. Or maybe just avoid the wings, avoid the hammer entirely. Might be a safer play. Let the mana regen a little bit here and there. Trying to go for a bit of a hex. Maybe a... No, not a trinket. Just gives himself a bit of a reset. Bloodless is available. Got himself a trinket going. Sunder to follow. Shield of Evidence for Worth the Pala. Does get himself a sentence with a wall bubble right now for Worth the Pala. This is one big immunity if Chief can just live this one long enough. He got himself ghosts at the ready. So maybe this way just turn this around and just commit everything into the Paladin. Does have a knockback for the Hodge. That is a beam hanging over your head. It's going to do a little bit of damage, but the hammer's probably going to do a lot more. Burrow for a second. Maybe you could just knock him up. Doesn't get out of reach. Oh, no. Is the hammer still hanging over your head? No. So you got to make sure you're underground when the hammer does go to slam if you want to avoid it. But if you pop back out a little early, it still is there. You may not see it, but the hammer is still there and the animation will still play through it. The damage will still play through. Got him some raptors. Sunder for a second. Worth the Pala with wings. Chief does not have himself a defensive for this one. Maybe can go for a Warlock House one. I don't know if he's got one. Trying to go for a Hex, but I think the Paladin is going to be able to capitalize and take him down fairly quickly here. Big old hammer. I mean, it's just done. Done and done. With Volk going to be up next. Chills on the Shadow Priest. As the game went into a pretty high dampener, from here on, it's going to be fast. Haster, Worth the Pala, and Chicago are just going to have to find a way to rotate the cooldowns in such a way where you just start to slam out a quick victory and then move on to the next one. Quick victory, move on to the next. Can't be using cooldowns. Can't be holding on to cooldowns for too long at this point, especially with dampener being higher and higher and worse with every single passing minute. Trying to get himself some dodge. Worth the Palette at no help whatsoever. Can go for Spell Warden, does go for the Spell Warden with a stun to Volk. Got himself full PI, trying to figure out if he wants to go for Disperse here or not, but not seeing the wings on the Paladin. Pretty good time to not do it. Does get interrupted on a Holy, gives him an opportunity to go full Shadow. That is a hammer hanging over the guy's head. It is a bit of damage. Trying to go for those executes. Silence on a Wartha. Are the dots going to be enough? Trying to go for Word of Glory, maybe? He has no health at all. Shadow Crusher around the corner. I think it's just done. No, barely surviving. Wait a second. Barely. Wait, sitting down for matron? Or sitting down for some kind of food? It's mana, maybe? I think it's over, right? There's no way. It just pops like a balloon. Chicago charging out. If you can go for the most amount of damage right here, just get yourself a big proc, move on to the next competitor, I think it might be alright, but Chicago got 4 to get through here, because the Shaman lasted for quite a while, actually. Very well done. Spell Warden and Bessa gets enhanced. I think you're probably right about that one, honestly, because I think Wind Fury hurts a lot, but also, I think if there are, because if they go Ascendance, those Storm Strikes become Wind Strikes, and I think they still get treated by the game as physical damage. Even though they do nature damage, I think they're still physical, so that Spell Warden does nothing for it. Big stabs by Chicago, Mind Games to follow, trying to see if he can turn this around. The big strikes are coming through, getting the Storm Strike procs and everything, but Volk with the fear, silence to follow. Chicago's in a weird spot, does have a wall for this, and maybe might need to go for even more defenses here as the Guardian comes out. Guardian Spirits actually healing themselves, but also healing that Earth Elemental a lot. He's seeing the procs on Earth Elemental with that animation. I hope that the Guardian is not really healing Elemental more than Chicago, because that would be absolutely upsetting. Volk with a nice turnaround on the Void Operational. Sent it down while trying to draw Chicago's attention to another side of the arena and then uses it to reposition. Chicago, not in a great spot. Quick stun, does have a trinket for this one. Shadow Crash around the corner as well. Chicago's trying to decide, do they go behind the pillar? Do they stay on to Volk? Trying to go for a big Void Torrent. Big Ascendance. Does get himself the interrupt they need. Is this going to be enough? Sunder to follow to Volk. Does he have the damage? Mind Games, I think it's just over. Oh my god, it is. Oh, it's so good. But the Hastier going to be up next. Oh my goodness. Volk, he just needs one more, man. Chill pills on the Shadow Priest, man, is doing numbers right now. Not even fully geared either. Void Torrent, I think it's over, maybe, yeah? Yeah, that's over. Because you don't have a proper kick as a Shadow Priest. You got a proper silence, like a big CC. But that's really about all you got. What's up, Justice? How you doing, my man? For a center and trinket? Yeah. It'd be cool if those NPC would train dummies or reset CDs. True. Like a proper PvP train dummy so you can try your burst and see some numbers and stuff. I think it'd be great. And it's majority magic damage, also nation magic. That's true, that's true. I am I know, dude. Super high dampening. Yeah, the mana thing is, I feel like if you've tried Shadow Priest like in previous patches, Chills, I think you would have like maybe enjoyed that mana regen a little bit better. But that also when the game I guess was a little bit bursty-er, a little bit. But yeah, remove my helm in the arena. Put it back. Wait, so the helm you're gone? Oh, you're just not hiding it. Wait a second, he actually doesn't have a helmet. Like, that's not a mug. It's just he doesn't have an item equipped. I didn't even realize. Well, at least Boris, hopefully he doesn't get a chance to play so he doesn't have to play without a helmet. You know what I mean? Always wear your helmet, boys. You know what I mean? Diabolical sending out a big ol' Infernal, trying to see if he can force Haster to break the tether. I think he actually faded as the tether broke though, so was able to maybe nullify a lot of the damage. Massive Void Torrent and Diabolicus has got himself a big defensive available. Big back portals are going to be just putting pressure onto the Shadow Priest. How do you escape out of this when you're slow and you're behind the pillar? You got us a Siphon. Soulfire is going to do a lot of damage. The man is just trying to see if he can save his soul with a Desperate Prayer and a Disperse, overlapping one another. Quick Fears onto the pet right after. Daya is just in a fantastic spot. Quick Reflect out for Haster. Maybe he can avoid a bolt or two. Does a little bit of damage to him. Mind Flame Synergy doing a bit of work. Quick Stun. Shadow Crash around the corner. Succubus is easy to stop you in place for a second. Does go for the Trinket. Daya not an amazing spot. Void Torrent maybe can't stop him boarding, but he can't really go for a Mortal Coil or nothing. That is quite a bit of damage. Mortal Coil comes out later. Chaos Bolt 1. Bolt 2, silence instead. Haster needs to end this right now if he can. Daya got defenses going back up little by little. Haster, do you have anything at all? Yeah, PI. Maybe this will be enough? Portals are up. Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know how this is going to work out. You try to heal yourself a little bit. Succubus on one side, port. Try to see if it can reposition you on the other. Succubus catches you, and that's a soul fire. I think it's over. I think it's game. Oh, so close. So close. Oh, no. Did you Shadow Word Death at the end there? You did not Shadow Word Death, did you? Oh my god. Yo, Chief, popping off, man, with my man Chill Pills also getting some numbers as well. Well done, well done. Need water? Yo, you can pick up some Dragon Spittle in that Innumerable Dragon. That's what I definitely would look for. Pick up some water, Dragon Spittle, make sure you have it at all times, because you never know, right? You never really know if you're ever going to need it. Definitely worth. Alrighty, boys, let me know if you guys are ready. If you got 5 or if you need more bodies, let me know and we'll queue up again. I'm enjoying this a lot, by the way. I like the back and forth, and now it's like not super one-sided, where just one class walks in, takes the entire victory. You can tell me, like, last 3 games, we had a lot of rogues play. A lot of rogues play. Ready? Let's go. Chicago, let me know when you're good to go. That Diabolical, I get some lucky, man? Dude, I want Daya to get a first run in one of these duels, not go, like you say, like dead last in a high dampening. I think, like, no dampening, Daya versus whoever. I think that could be really, really interesting to see. You know? How yesterday played? Oh, MKY. You know why? Because you're EU then. If you couldn't play yesterday, but today we can't, we're NA right now. You're EU. That'll explain it then. Let's do a Tiger Speak. SP is nutty, to be honest. Messing around with it. MBGs earlier was popping in 1v1s. It is a classic and do pretty well. You're an EU. I primarily I'm an A MKY. I live in an A, so I play in an A rounds. I do have an EU account, but I mostly do like the dual stuff, and whatever else in the EU. I used to like properly play on the EU, but like the MS, it was pretty bad. But yeah, FK5, I'm an A. I do have an EU account though. So Friday EU, Saturday NA. That's why you're trying to join in. We can join in. That explains it. That explains it. A lot of you guys assume like I have a slight accent, so you're like, all right, it has to be EU, right? It's got to be EU. Nope. America. America, boys. Oh man. Here we go. Alrighty. Switch. I could win without a damp. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's rough, honestly. We got Daya over on the team 1. Are you gonna be first one to go? I feel like Daya usually goes last, man. Always for the finisher. We got ourselves Chief turning back in. We got us a Demoniac Volk gonna be up with shield pills on the shadow priest. I feel like I have to remind that every single time or re-mention it. Also jungle in you as well. But I feel like I almost have to be like, yo, Voltron, otherwise aka known as Chills, aka known as the homie on the shadow priest. Because I know it's probably gonna be a different clip. Maybe it's gonna be a different clip on YouTube. Somebody's gonna be like, who's this Volk guy? Somebody new. Oh, it's Chills. Oh, I know that guy. I know that homie. Worth it, Pala. A little bit of a. Did you guys do each other? A bit of a rematch between the two. Full cooldowns available, trying to go for a bit of a voidy eruption as the Paladin got himself full wings blaring in. Big old hammer hanging over Chill's head, trying to go for a bit of a mind games, at least trying to see if he can reverse a lot of this damage back into a self field, but the spell warden gonna block a lot of the damage output and gonna keep Worth It Pala plenty safe right now for Volk, aka Chill Pills. It's all about surviving, it's all about living. Got himself the Void Operation to reposition, able to get himself quite a bit of a distance versus Worth It Pala. Praise don't have a ton of mobility to chase after somebody, or let alone run away, but that Void Operation at least gives you an escape plan, a plan B in case you ever need it. It's a long cooldown though. It's like a 1.5 minute cooldown, if not a 3 minute cooldown. It is long, you know what I mean? I feel like that's something that if you attach it to a Shadow Meld, maybe doable, but a little Void of talent, a racial rather, kind of weird, Blizz. I feel like that could be reworked a little bit, you know what I mean? It's a little like teleport ability, not that strong. Or to at least, you know, Volk racial back in the day. Big damage out of Worth It Pala. Got him some wings available again for Volk. Right now, it's all about surviving. Is going to go for a bit of CC. Got him some the distance. Is going to allow Worth It Pala to swing behind the pillar. But the man got wings available. You got to make a choice. Either you rush in and make some damage happen, get some wings value, or you're trying to play those wings defensively, try to look for a bit of reheal, which I don't think they're that effective on. Mind games to follow, even if you shield of Vengeance pops versus Volk, unless you're able to churn out through all that mind games damage, you're not really going to be able to see too much value. Shield falling off of Volk. Does get a shorter, but it sounds sort of worth it. Full dots are available. Does he have a way to remove it? Does go for a massive spell. Worth is actually kind of out in the open, realizes the situation he is in, knows that Volk got plenty of survivability, plenty of damage, doesn't want to find out if that's going to be enough. Blind to follow, just trying to see if he can buy himself some time, catch a couple of heals, maybe wait until the next set of wings available, even sitting down for some mana just to get himself a little bit of that recovery, which is not bad in terms of like recuperating resources and looking for that value. But the man is definitely not in a great spot. Fear, trinkets out of it, immediately stunned right after Volk. If he can put him away from the pillar, he'll have him in a great spot. That's going to be a big defensive for Worth It Pala, trying to see if he can immune this stuff, potentially big juke out of Volk though. Perfect opportunity just to end Worth It Pala, but the layered hands does keep him alive. Void bolts are going to keep him CC'd though, a bit of horrify effect. Mind Flame Insanity, trying to see if we can break through his shield. Shield of Vengeance is going to be able to do some, but actually no, disperse out of Volk just to minimize Shield of Vengeance damage. Trying to see if he can find himself a better angle versus Worth It Pala. Big executes, dots are in. Is this going to be enough? Shadow Crusher on the corner to refresh all those dots. Oh, and the man just pops like a balloon. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so good. Chicago going to be up next. It's going to be immediate drains by Volk. Try to go for the totem strat. It didn't work, and he's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna slowly waddle over to you menacingly. It took the L on that one. He's just gonna have to play around with it. It's gonna be Siphon Root onto Volk, and Chicago taking a bit of that damage. Volk built up a little bit of momentum and just sending it to Chicago, but not enough to kill Chicago, and Chicago is gonna end up pulling back. Just got himself a reset or two. Earth Elemental is available as well. It's gonna add. That's gonna be M2 swap over to you, isn't it? but it's going to add a little bit extra longevity for Chicago, gives him a little bit more help to work with, trying to see if he can just survive a little bit of this damage coming out. Volk also could dot up the Earth Elemental as well as Chicago and could just cleave them both down. That's not a bad idea, especially if Chicago is behind the pillar. You just stack the Earth Elite, some of the damage cleaves back onto Chicago. It's not the worst. Stun, Mind Flag, hold on, Chicago could be in a really bad spot. That's a good Flay Insanity right now. Got himself a Shadow Crusher around the corner. Chicago catching up a little bit of healing. That's going to be a big old grip onto Volk, trying to go for a Mind Gaze, but also trying desperately not to deal with interrupts. It is going to be a grounding totem for Chicago last second, though, just to try to see if he can avoid it. Big old torrent onto Chicago with a Flay. I think Chicago's maybe lagging a little bit. They're kind of blinking all over the place, and that might actually put him in an unwinnable situation. I think that's the case, actually. Burrow, yeah, last second. Not much you can really do. I think Chicago may be having some kind of technical issues on their end. I think they were doing okay for a bit, but then at some point when they kind of just started to walk around, there's only so much they could do. Demoniac paid respects. What do you... I guess maybe that's how he just pays respects. Lay down with the homies. Make sure they feel better. PI up for Haster. Full Void Eruption. Silence immediately, trying to see if he can get aggressive with Volk, and that's going to be mid to disperse out of chill. Just trying to see if he can deal with his damage. That is a Void Torrent attacking him, but that disperse is absolutely nullifying a lot of this damage. Great use of a defensive for Haster. That's a lot of his damage that just went out of the window. If Volk can somehow avoid bursting into Haster disperse, it's going to be great. Got himself Void Torrent, is doing some numbers. Volk is not in a great spot health-wise either, though. Needs to be very, very careful. Does get himself a PI. As long as Haster doesn't go for dispelling it, you will be in a good spot. Silence, Mind Games, able to get himself a full go. Haster could be looking at disperse himself as well. Quick Fear onto Volk. One of these Void Bolts may attack Haster. No, it actually does avoid the whole corner of the arena entirely. Stunned right after. Wait, maybe. This could be good for chills. Big Mindful Insanity. Haster looking to reposition. Got himself the Vampiric Embrace to give himself some longevity as he does damage so he can stay aggressive, while also retaining some of his health. Same thing happening to Volk as well. Going for a more aggressive play. Big Flay Insanity onto Volk that every time he pokes his head around the pillar, he's got to be very, very, very careful with it. Next fear is going to be out for both Haster and Volk. You could maybe chain that fear into some kind of CC. Fade for Haster for just a second. Try to see if he can dodge Volk's. No, he doesn't get to dodge it. It is going to be a quick fear. Full dots are in. Siphon is in. If you can just stop him in place, Siphon is doing fantastic. Silence on the Haster. Big Void Torrent. Haster might be in a lot of trouble. Does he go for disperse? Fade may not be enough. Try to go for a heal. No, definitely don't want to go for big heal. As long as you don't press your power word life, you'll be okay. Stun into Volk. Doesn't have a trinket. Haster in a bad spot. Still tentacle attacking him. Might be a disperse situation right here. Does go for disperse, but super, super low. If Volk can keep him low, he'll be in a great spot. Does break it a little early. Going in with the fear. Has the silence to work off of this one. Does go for the silence. Volk is just fine. He has plenty of health. Fear of his own. Haster got himself disprepare. That's giving him a little bit extra health to work with. But Volk is just fine. Tried to see if he can go for maybe a bit of a fade. Haster also fading with a Shadow Crush behind him, which is perfect. Sanity versus Torrent. Which one of those is going to win? Void Torrent back at the guy. Oh my god. Just the power damage is just scaling it up on one another. My goodness, with the silence to follow. But Haster does get himself a much better position. Volk needs to find a way over there. Does he have a stun? Who has his trinket? Who has a silence? Who has anything? Volk having to go for a big disperse. That is burst out of Haster with Mind Games and everything, but that disperse is going to help out a ton. Volk with the stun into Haster does go for the trinket with the fear right after. Haster is in a great spot where you can always dodge behind the pillow, but that siphon is going to make it harder. Mind Games I don't think ever was sent by Volk. He got himself a big PI. Void Torrent to follow. Haster looking for a lot of healing. Still siphon slowing down a lot of the healing. Silence onto Volk as he approaches with a Void Torrent. Is it going to be enough to deter him? No. The guy just staying in there. Fear by Haste. Trying to look out for a bit of a heal. Still doesn't sound like a lot of. He can't even find an angle where he can get himself even a bit of a refresher. Volk is the one recovering on a ton of healing, but Haster just doesn't really have the same amount of healing anymore. That's maybe out of mana. Root onto Volk. He got at least control. Quick stun. Maybe he can set up something off of this one. Volk's health isn't doing that great right now. Not in a great spot compared to Haster. Trying to see if he can dodge a lot of this damage with a quick fade. But still, unless he can just control it, you might be in a weird spot. Mind Games for Mind Games. Silence out of Volk. Getting really aggressive. Big burst to follow. Haster now with the disperse. So now having to use his one big defensive. Also used up a disperse as well as a Vampiric Embrace. So that's two defensive cooldowns he may need for a little bit later. Silence. Getting aggressive. Void Torrent. First up. The first one to get the Torrent. Honestly, I think he's going to be able to get himself a more winnable position. But Volk got himself plenty of those channels of Sanity, Flay as well as Torrents. If you can get a couple more of those here and there, he'll be in a golden spot because you could really just turn this around. Haster also not spending nearly as much time going for flash heals in order to heal himself, where Volk is trying to go aggressive flash heal whenever possible. I think Haster is mostly just letting his health get low and is trying to play off of the value of Power Word Life and maybe trying to see if he can use that mana game to win the mana game versus Shield. Big disperse immediately, doesn't even know what's going to happen to him. Decided to go for disperse, get as much health as possible at 50% dampening. You ain't healing much, you can't even play a character, might as well press disperse, get yourself full recovery. Gonna try to see if we can get around the corner. Yet another fade. Got himself the Mindbender as well. There's gonna be a silence. Trinket out of Volk. Trying to see if he can commit a lot of damage. Massive blast of the haste. Where the Void Turn, I think, may just have him. Oh, the tentacles are just doing work right now. Oh, it does end up taking him out. Oh my goodness. That took us a little bit of time. Two priests fighting each other. It's a back and forth with a lot of healing, lots of CC, lots of resets, lots of setups. But man, he does end up swinging it out on top. He had to get aggressive at some point. Pop trinkets, big silence, got everything thrown in there. But now it doesn't have a disperse for ring. Trying to see if you can go for a fear. Fear onto ring, fear onto the pets. Then it's going to be adaptation, able to go for a stun off of that adaptation. And Volk may just be looking for line of sight and pillars. Maybe looking for line of sights and pillars. He has all these pets. They're attacking him. Is doing a lot of damage. Basilisk around the corner. Not a great spot to be in. Maybe can you find yourself another pillar? Maybe you can go for the Void of Racial. Trying to see if you can go CCing these pets with a Horrify effects. That's actually another bad idea. He's controlling a lot of the pet damage. I know pets, like why would you attack the pets? But controlling these pets where a majority of rings damages, not the worst. Still trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of recovery behind the pillar. I don't know if he's got mana. Trying to go mind games of one of these pets. Maybe they'll give him a little bit of survivability. Fear onto these pets. Kill shots back to back. Does get dispersed last second, but cancels it. That is unfortunate. Power Word Life is back up. I don't know if he's using it. You may want to. I don't know if he's got mana. He may not even have mana. I don't know how you do this. Stun is available by the looks of it. Maybe you can make someone work off of it. It is going to be pet sack, feign death for just a second. Oh, kill shots ends ya. There's just not much you can do as a priest versus a hunter. Once to get it going, my goodness. I think BM is a good matchup for priest. I mean, from what we've seen there, yeah, definitely doesn't do bad at all. With Demoniac just going in, full dots on a ring. Got road rupture and it's over. Just dots. 62% dampening after that long priest match, man. Neither priest wanted to go down. And Chill's actually proving that he's not a terrible shadow priest. You know, I feel like he's just pain and suffering of playing a Death Knight. Like, he's not much of an upgrade of a class for duels. Like, Shadow Priest is generally not the greatest dueling class, but it's an upgrade from what a Death Knight can do, let me tell ya. Unless you're like unholy and all you do is just let your pets do damage and just kind of walk in, Apocalypse, chill back behind the pillar with a chain of ice spam. Shadow Priest is doing him wonders right now, man. That thing can actually heal. Demoniac trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of a different position versus Stinky. Trying to go for full death's blind. Trying to see if he can predict the rogue. Doesn't quite find him. Demoniac has everything for this one. Could be at one of those like death pack situations maybe. For a bubble or a bop. Maybe? I don't really know. Actually, it's a good question. Would you? Bubble really early before we went death pack. Vanish immediately for the rogue. He got a pretty big cooldown. Next time, he needs to go in for the most amount of damage. I think you need to go in, be ready to trinket, just end the duel right here. You're in a good spot right now. Time to make it happen. Big death shock, big death mark, I mean. Evasion's available, trying to dodge as much damage from the paladin. Full shiv, everything up. Stun, trinket. Oh, it's just done. Once you're marked for deathman, it's over. Or death mark, rather. It's over. Volk with 4? Okay, against Chicago, Chicago did lag towards the end. I didn't expect 4. My god. Chilled. New main? Hello? Guess the disperse spamming it on my own. Yeah, I saw that one. I feel like maybe that would have given you a little bit of a leg up. It was really high dampening, so it's hard to tell, right? But man, yeah. Looking for a group. Yo, Jay, you want to join? Hey, if you got spots, man. Yo, Chicago, Boris, let me know if you're ready or if we need more bodies. We can maybe get my man Jay in there. How you doing, by the way, Jay? Hope you're doing good, my guy. You're missing out. Chill's going for a 1v4, man. They're all awesome. Dude, it's great. How you liking Shadow Priest, man? How you liking these things? How you liking that? What is this? Welcome to our personal list of changes for... Oh, Atho actually gave me like a full list of what he thinks that should change racials. How he would change them. Ooh, void off racial 2 minutes. I'd be okay with that. 40-yard range, that'd be cool. Racial lights reckoning. I also would like for wood of racial so you could like plant where you want it, right? You point it. Like a death and decay kind of like a symbols, like not symbols, but sigil of flame, right? You point where you want your portal, you plant it, you place it, and you can port it to it instead of having to like fly over there. And because sometimes it gets caught in the pixels and that's super annoying. I think that'd be really cool if you could like pre-plant it like that. For generational lights reckoning and protects it from fatal attack. Oh, I think that'd be cool. Cheat death. Background racial fireblood at 50% reducing PvP. Put your brush it off, heals you for 10% on damage taken stunned over 4 seconds. You heal 10% of the amount damage taken while stunned. That could be cool. Now heals you for 10% of amount of damage taken while stunned over 4 seconds. That'd be neat. Wait. Mechanism racial emergency failsafe occurs 1.5 minutes. Number racial arcane pulse reduced to a minute. Damage increased by 100%. Now it does damage over 12 seconds. I'd be cool with that. Amount of bull rush, charge forward, increase the movement speed by 40. I think the knockdown is actually pretty good, at least in PvE, but I feel like increasing it wouldn't be bad either. Maga racial ancestral call reduces the duration of all damage over time effects by 10. Oh, that'd be a unique mechanic. Hold on, I think Chicago does have a group, by the way. Are they looking for more? I would look at Chicago. 5 or need more? Or do we pass lead to somebody else? Start another group with Legacy FYI. Wait, did Chicago bail? Is that what happened? You got something to take over? What happened? Can Alliance players join? Yes, Alliance and Horde and anybody else can join. Yeah, Chicago's off. Okay, who is lead of the other group? Also, where'd you place it? Chicago left. Alter 4. Okay, fair enough. Who is lead? Because if I join that group, then I can help you guys get a +1 real quick. Real quick. Who's lead? Can you do this for me? Hastia's lead. Is Hastia out here? Do I have Hastia added? I may. Hold on. It's Horde, so it should show up letter in yellow, right? Don't I have you added? Or do I have you added, you just offline in real ID? Hey, can you do this for me? Can you pass lead? Are you with Wartho? Can you pass lead to Warthorus, Wartho Paladin? And he can invite me if he's still in. Can we do that? Warthorus, can you ask Haster? Okay. I can get you in Day. Or Jay. Because I have you as Daylight ends on real ID, but Jay, I've read it on the chat. Day, Jay, that one works out, yeah. Hey, sure, pass lead to Warthorus, and Warthorus, if you can maybe tell him, like, yo, pass me lead real quick. I'll get Dalaran, so then I can set you guys up. I'll just make Warthor lead, just because I have a matter on real ID. Then I can make Jay lead, whatever works. And we can get a couple more in here. Listed under Old Deer. Wait, you did list it. Okay. It is, here we go. I'm gonna join in real quickly. Oh, you guys need 2 more. Okay. We'll get you +2. So we can get Jay, right? So pass me lead real quick. Pass lead friends. And I can take over and do everything for you. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do is delist, relist. I just usually put it out in the molten core. I don't know. This character is a Shadowlands character, right? When I see your legacy raids on this character, it shows me like legacy raids anything before Shadowlands, but the current raids shows up as current like Shadowlands, Castle Nothria, Sanctum, stuff like that. So because this character might be like a weird like phase of their life, they haven't seen Dragonlands or nothing, right? For them, legacy means a different thing than for you guys. I just keep it as multi-core just to make it easier. That seems to work. Because last time I tried to list it under like Shadowlands stuff, it like for me it treats it as current content. For you guys, it's like legacy content. I don't know if there's like a bug or whatever. But yeah, we get Day in here, Jay in here, and we need uno mas. I'll be good to go. Uno mas, boys. Who else added me? AMG. Okay, I can add AMG, but I know he's EU, so we won't be able to get him in here at all, which is unfortunate. We need uno mas, boys. Uno mas. My mid-C work popped off? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Does Kraken want to join? Hey Kraken, hold on, let me ask Kraken. Hey friend. Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 Duels? See if we can get him in here. Reverence? Oh my god, my boy. Hey, we're back, baby. Okay, I can get Kraken in after this one, maybe. But we're good. I'm gonna make a Worth lead. Just because I have you on Real ID, yeah? Cool. Your lead? Just to sure. Yeah, we're good. Alrighty. Potato match. And Boris and Warthorus. Blaze Edge, maybe? I was gonna do a grand again. Nice. What's up, down? What's up, Carlos? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. All good. All good, friend. All good, friend. No worries. All good, Kraken. You do your thing, my guy. You got us those. Guys, it's the Blaze Edge. No. No. Dude, this arena is still getting complained about, like, on WoW Twitter. I'm gonna be the final person out there that even remotely likes this arena. Even, like, mildly thinks it's okay. Or maybe even, like, somewhat not offensive. I swear. Like, I feel like it's just so much hate for this arena. I like its aesthetics. And the bridge is kind of neat. Because, like, how many arenas have a bridge? You know? Yeah, you know what? I feel like what people gotta do is they gotta build more bridges in other arenas and just get over it. No. People have actually good reason not to like this arena. I totally get it. But, man, I feel like this thing has been around forever. But it's started getting a lot of hate recently. Twitch. Have you seen my troll racial change? No, I haven't. I need to take a look at it in a second, Athon. We got us this Worth of Pala first up over on the team too. I hate that angle. It's so weird to like look at you because the camera doesn't really do super well. Dude, Justice, Ultimate Jungle, gonna be first up, is gonna be hit by Wake of Ashes, immediately stunned right after. Worth of Pala doesn't want to give him a chance to skulk behind the pillar. Hitting that boy with a big old hammer. Jungle rushing back in with a death chuck him. Just slicing and dicing right the Worth of Pala. Man did have himself a little bit of a blessing of Sanctuary just to reduce any stuns. Jungle leaping into a Shield of Vengeance, goes in for a trick and out of the blind. Having to go for a turtle shell, looking to get himself a bit of a reposition. Ooh, I like the Mog you got going on, by the way. I like this blue thing you got going on. Getting caught up by the Wake of Ashes, though. Better keep yourself safe, my guy. Tricky to follow. Does get himself a stun. Got himself a bit of a breather. Doesn't have to worry about a Blessing of Protection, Lay on Hands, or a Spell Warden for a good while. But a hammer is not going to feel good. Shadow Meld? I don't think we're able to Shadow Meld to remove the damage of that hammer. By the way, I think it's still a hit. Big explosive one to Worthless though. Not feeling that good. Could be in that kill shot. Trying to see if he can stave off a little bit. Needs a couple more big hammers onto Jungle. Death Shock him could just be end of it. Oh my goodness. Both of them just capped each other off. Oh man. That was fun. Actually, I kind of like when the game gets like that close to one another. You know what I mean? Well then. There it is. Gonna be Stinky up next versus Diabolical, slowing him down with a succubus immediately. Fear to follow as Stinky charging out with a Crusade Paladin this time around. Why? Daya is Affliction Warlock now. I just noticed. I was expecting Destra, just actually Affliction. Stinky does go for the blind into the bed. Huh? I'm sorry? The man, did you just Judgment to dispel the UA? He just snapped that guy into a new dimension. I'm sorry, what? Yo, Stinky, my man, can I get some details to see exactly what killed you? He would just went from like kinda healthy to just like erased. Huh? Well, Reverence, whatever pet you run, hopefully you're not running an imp or anything, because if you, God forbid if you dispel anything, he dispelled you away with a judgment. How hard does that hit? They did buff it a couple of times, didn't they? Over like the last season? 243,000 dispel. Is that a crit or is just like a baseline value you're always gonna hit by? Oopsies. Yeah. Damn. You never see this. I think this is the first time we've seen a Affliction Warlock kind of one bang a Paladin with a dispel like that. It's almost never happens. And Paladins sometimes do run Judgment dispels. But usually dispels like a thing like Corruption or like a Slow or something. It almost never goes for UA. But there it is, normal brother, non-crit. My goodness. Just a Warlock Affliction behavior apparently. Mortical left onto Reverence. Got himself a bit of a dark back this time. This guy doesn't have to worry about getting anything dispelled. Got himself a silence to follow. Big old Casbolt right after. Got a bit of damage towards Diabolicals. Trying to see if he can crush it through him, but Reverence health is not really doing that good. Especially since Diabolicals can just snap his fingers and rampage those dots, make him a little bit more fierce as Reverence taking more ticks for every single one of these dots that just erupt a lot more viciously, a lot more often on him. Reflect up for a second. Daya trying to be very careful. Mortical sent in. Soulfire, and Daya just gonna have to wall this damage as the Succubus hits him immediately. Got himself an interrupt into Reverence on the Casbolt. So at least he's got himself a bit of a breather. He does gotta get back over there to Reverence. Maintain those dots. Reverence with a wall. Reflect up for Daya. Does get to hit Reverence with a Fear. Fear Hunt right after. UA and everything is available. This is where Reverence got himself plenty of defense. Daya with the Dark Back. Shadow Fear to follow. Making sure to maintain all the dots on Reverence. Is that going to be with the Dark Glare? Do you not play Dark Glare? Hold on, you actually hit him with Oblivion. Shadow Bolts? Is that what you're playing as bolts? Wait, you have no Dark Glare. Hold on a second. You got no Dark Glare. You got UA. You're playing random Shadow Bolt procs. You're playing Oblivion ability. Ajani just trying to see if he can hit you with a Convoke, but it looks like it doesn't work with the Interrupt Pet. Trying to see if he can set up a gateway. Does not have a port for a bit here. Daya might be in a bit of a bad spot. Got himself a shield. Battle Master Trinket. Unless you got himself someone, does get himself a heal last second. Fear to follow onto Ajani could be a trinket. For Ajani, may just want to maybe stay and just trinket and stay on top of the Warlock as best as possible. You wear her up and everything. Oh, Daya, not a lot of health available. Trying to go for a bit of a drain. Maybe they'll give you a bit of health. Gives you a bit of shield. Hold on a second. Mortical on the pet. Fear to follow right after. Pet. I got just called Feral Druid a pet. Oblivion to follow. Trying to see if we can nuke him down. Cyclone. It does give Daya a bit of a CC. Wait, gives you immunity while Ajani's still dying. Hold on. Ajani with a wall. Daya with a reflect. Fear trying to go for a Fear. Maybe Shadow Fury. Shadow Fury into a Fear. Hunt onto Feral right now. All the dots are in. Is this going to be enough? Got himself a big port. Lead by the Feral Druid. Daya just needs a little bit more. Does he have a Mortal Call? Full bleeds are up. Maim to follow. Ajani needs to kill him right now. He's still dotted though. Could be anyone's game. Convoke. Pop out of Feral Foam so you can heal. Pop out of... Oh, he doesn't even matter. He actually lives it. That was so close. That was close. No way. That's the build I gave him? No way. Sharing with the homie is a good build. And it looks like Demoniac wants to give this Feral Druid as much of an honor duel as humanly possible. Or not. Maybe he tried. He could have had Haster walk over there and heal him. But maybe he was like, you know what? What if I just put a couple of dots and he's just going to melt? Is he going to die to those? Yeah, he is. Answer? Yes. Yes, he is. Fire Druid. How dare you call me a pet? I swear I just called him a pet. And I didn't even mean to on purpose. I didn't mean to like, oh, let me just BM him and be mean about it. I would just like, I guess I'm so used to hunter pets. So I see a random cat running in the opposite direction from a Fear. I'm like, Fear the pet. It's bad. Interrupt onto Haster. He does get locked out on the holy spells, but it looks like Aegis still powers through either way though. Void Eruption is up. Demoniac does not have himself a Cloak of Shadows. Is going to go for a blind onto Haster, trying to see if it can avoid all these eruptions, and there goes the Spurs for Haster. Should be able to recover. Demoniac is vicious with his dagger strikes. He's just maintaining all of his dots. Big interrupt onto Void Torrent. That's going to be Haster with the PI. Unless he's got himself a little bit of healing, Haster could be going down here. Demoniac may just have him. Stun last second. Haster no hold, but looks like the dots do claim him. Wow. I want to see this dot build with Diabolicals again. Demoniac too with them dots. Oh my goodness. That was so close. The Feral almost won that, or almost lost it too. I honestly, maybe Demoniac should have just let the Feral recover. Get himself a bit of a full heal. But it's okay. Let's get us another one going, boys, yeah? No mas. What is this pants thing that this guy got? Oh, that's just the orc thing. Dude, we're gonna need to get some Blade Master mogs, man. Did you see they added like the beads? You'll be able to get like a necklace helm beads thing or whatever. Or it's a chest piece rather. It's a chest piece, I think. Reverence on the Shadow Piece because you bully him up for and to get a red still ready though. I'm cool with that. Warthros, let me know if you're ready. Where are you? Let me know if 5. Let me know if 5. Oh yeah. The dispel from Judgment wiping him out. It was crazy, man. Stick up 5, perfect. I guess we could do like Dalaran suit Lordaeron. I like Lordaeron Arena. We could also do Dalaran Sewers too. I'm okay with that one. Something's going. Jake, how you doing, my man? Doing pretty good. We just watched an Affliction War like absolutely just snap a paladin in half because of Judgment Dispel. It was nuts. Diabolical just walked in, played Affliction. This time back to Destro. So if you're a paladin, you got yourself a Judgment Dispel. May want to run it back. May want to run that one again. That actually might be worth it. With his Affliction, I do want to see Daya on Affliction some more though. That is so fun. Or Reverence on Affliction. That could work out too. Or maybe that's what Reverence is doing actually. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm not seeing Infernal unless you're just not running Infernal. Well, I guess we'll have to find out, yeah? You know what? I'm not even going to look over. I'm not even going to look at his buffs he's giving himself right now. I'm just going to kind of wait. I'm just going to see. Switch. They didn't let Daya recover. It's all fair. Love and war. They did the right thing. No mercy against my Pharaoh. All good, all good. Jay, you did really, really good though. I mean, you played that really, really well. But yo, if you're convoking and you shift out of cat form in the human form, you end up healing with that convoke than doing damage. I feel like that would have been like pretty good to at least be ready for the rogue or whatever. The Chief is going to get hit by a Johnny off the bat. Big convoke to follow. And Chief immediately having to trinket out of this wall. Even tried to go for a knockback onto a Johnny with a Sunder right after. Trying to see if he can maybe get himself a bit of damage. Big incentives right now for a Johnny. This is where panic mode should be active. Defensives should also be rolling in. Got himself emergency healing. Big damage. Chief is not looking all that good right now. Going in for a bit of a burrow. And a Johnny, I think, is just trying to see if he can bail out of this. The dots is still rotting the Shaman down. It could go down in a moment, but looks like he's able to stabilize. Got himself a totem healing him. He got himself plenty of Maelstrom, plenty of mana. Can't get him back in there. Getting knocked around to the side as Chief tried to see if he could put a leash on a cat and try and take it out for a walk. If he needs himself another Ascendance proc. I think that's how he wins this. So Johnny got plenty of survivability, plenty of damage, plenty of bleeds. Trying to see if he can play around the stun. Big Sunder. Pharaoh does himself the shield with Spore Cloak activating. Might be in a really bad spot. Really tight spot. Both are super, super low. I think the Pharaoh just trying to go for a bleed and run. Roll for a second. Chief needs to close the gap. Does he get to take it out right here? Maybe a second. Hold on. Convoke is out right now. Big bites. Does go for the intro, but the bites and the comp points maybe still seal his deal. Big Mame. Hold on a second. Oh, it does go for the lightning bolt at the end, but the dots are in. Oh my goodness. That could have been everyone's game. And Stinky doesn't want to let this guy play at all. Chief is still bleeding right now. Oh my goodness. Give this man a breather. Trying to go for a last Stinker with a Wake of Ashes. The hammers at the very end. Oh my goodness. 2050k. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty big hits, man. Pretty big hits left and right from all you boys. I like this, man. All of you guys being aggressive, really bursting versus each other. Big fan, honestly. Stinky trying to see if he can go for a little bit of a shield of vengeance. Demoniac, he knows he can play subtle team. He doesn't even want to do it. He wants to give Assassination a go. Honestly, practicing Assassination now for the patch 10.2, that spec is looking real good. So if you're not practicing, at least not getting your chops ready, getting your rotation down, getting your buttons done. Oh, Stinky going in for a bit of a Spell Warden. The bleeds, though, with the Death Mark, should still fully go through. The poisons cannot, though. So I think Stinky basically has immunity with the poison damage, the nature damage. But this and Venoms are still doing a lot of work with the Death Mark. Oh my goodness. Does end up taking him out, cutting him into pieces little by little. Very, very, very quickly. Stun onto Demoniac. Haster trying to see if he can get some dots in with a Mindbender to follow if you got a Shadow Crash. Unless he can avoid it. Shadow Step and trying to see if he can be a little fast on his feet. Fear, that's going to be a Trinket. Void Eruption at the ready. Does attack Demoniac with the pet as well, but cannot really reach him with those Void Bolts flying out of the Void form. Shadow Priest goes in for a blind right after, but a rune to follow. Demonic tried to break out of the runes. This thing's actually take quite a bit of damage, and it's not able to get himself a proper reset. Got himself a sippy cup. No cloak, no vanish, nothing. Unless you go for a kidney shot and maybe go for like slows. That's about all you can do. Try to see if you can avoid Haster. Haster does have a fear coming back up very, very soon. Dots are up on the Demoniac. May just be dead. Trying to see if you can put a kidney shot. Put some slows. Back away. Maybe if he just holds his breath, he'll be okay. He's just still taking down to dots. Is this over? Man, yeah. Shadow Priest dots are not brutal or anything. Not super. Oh, whoa. Okay, Diabolical setting up a gateway, but I think it's Jungle that's going to be playing. Or maybe Diabolical expected to be playing next. Not sure. Stunned immediately by Haster. As he sees 100 charging out at him. Death Shock him. closes in. I think it might be one of the situations where you're looking for disperse because the damage out of jungle is massive. Hastier not feeling all that good. Got himself a little bit of recovery with a Despair. Looked to go for a bit of a Void Torrent just to get some damage in to crack through the Hunter's defenses, but does get interrupted in Shadow. Stun to follow. Jungle, at least he's out of offensive options for a moment. CC wise is also a little bit behind as well, just a hair. Fear onto the Hunter for just a moment. Hastier needs to get himself a much better angle. Got himself Shadow Crash at the very least. I don't know if Hastier got himself a lot of damage with the ready. Mind games is going to be big. Jungle trying to stay aggressive. Scouter to follow. All the damage he does is actually going to end up healing Hastier for a little bit. He's trying to see if he can supplement a lot more healing with that the Vampiric Embrace. Quick stun into the jungle, who does go for a feint, does just remove all the dots. Hastier might actually be in a winning situation here. Turtle out for jungle. This could be good for Hastier. Just needs a little bit more healing. Just a little bit more. Trying to see if he can attack the pet. If he can get those the damage off the pet to cleave onto jungle, that also would be good. Death shock him. Does go up. Oh my god, that gives him an opportunity to at least have himself a proper go. Worth going in for a couple of hammers here and there. Scatter, not enough. I think it's just over, right? One more hammer. I think it's over. Yeah, he knows. He knows. He knows it's over. He knows it is done for. Is it going to be a Volk, which is chills? No, Daya switching out towards his Syed instead as a Destro Warlock. Warther was trying to see if he can close the gap. I think he was trying to see if he can maybe get himself a quick cheeky little interrupt on it. Trying not to get himself a Hodge with that Reflect up for Daya. Maybe he can go for Hodge now. Does go for the Hodge. Daya is having to go for a bit of a defensive with a Succubus CC. As long as he can control the Paladin's burst by denying him a lot of that uptime while wings are up, right? Stunning him, locking him out, fearing him away, just being away from the guy. You'll minimize a lot of the value that Paladins get with the judgment or with the wings, and you'll minimize a lot of the damage, and Paladin becomes a lot less scary afterwards. Warther is going to be in a very weird spot right now. Not a lot of line of sight to play around the Tombstone, but maybe it'll be decent enough. Trying to see if he can maybe fight the Succubus as well as the Infernal. Eventually could just go for the Succubus CC. Especially with Warther is nowhere near any pillows. Trying to see if he can maybe reposition him. Does get to avoided. Succubus CC as he finally gets himself a setup. The hammer hanging over his head. He wants to maximize as much damage as he can while the hammer is active. Daya looking for a bit of a port. Again, denying a lot of the damage from Warther Pala. Sees wings. He's going to try to see if he can not give him a lot of opportunity to even press buttons while wings are active. Trying to go for a bit of damage himself. Spell Blessing of Sanctify, but I don't really know if that's going to do anything against the CC. And with the wait, Reverence is charging out on left field. Affliction? Oh, you are playing Affliction now. Okay. Reverence is Affliction this time around. Alrighty. Are you playing with a pet? You are. Casbolt getting sent there to Reverence is trying to see if he can maybe reflect some of that damage. I think was able to reflect something back into Daya. Hit him with a quick AoE fear. Does not play Mortal Call. Maybe in a weird spot. That might be weird. Reverence just needs a bit more dot damage. Daya does not have a lot of health, and Reverence is going to be able to take him down. The Affliction build that doesn't play into a what's it called? Dark Glare. That's a weird one. I kind of want to peep it. I want to see what you're running, because normally Warlocks play around the Dark Glare to extend their dots and ramp up their dots, but you're basically playing every other talent, I guess, to give you some more passive damage rather than burst damage, and it works. It actually kind of sort of works. Gonna be a slow onto Rev with Volk. It's chilled. It's chilled and Volk working chilled, same person basically, but chilled on the Shadow Face. He's trying to go for a bit of burst versus Rev with a Shadow Crash around the corner. Does get a dodge it. Rev is not in a great spot. He needs to find a way to CC Volk. Does go in for a Reflect. It is gonna go for a Fear. Dots are in. Maybe this for Volk. I probably doesn't want to go for any interrupts ever, right? Drain Life, is it enough? Oh no! Is that a Mind Games too? I think that might have been a Mind Games as well. That's just a lot of damage when you put the two together. I also like this right here. Everybody got a chance to play. Literally everybody got a chance. Always a fan of those kind of games, but that Affliction build, man, it's I kind of want to see what happens when you play first with that thing, because I think that's where a lot of its value is going to be, is like in a lower dampening. Let's get us another going here, boys. I like it though, dude. The Affliction thing. I do want to peep what kind of, or if forever, if you could send me like a build that you would run with that thing, just like a talent build, I would love to see it. Do you try the draw I had with the game with the survival? Yeah, that was really cool, man. That first one, or the one before this. Yeah. Worthless. Let me know if you got 5 and it'll be good to go. Well, I'll look over through Athos recommendations of racials. So for alliance ones, you actually have a lot of them as fine as it is, like human racial, dwarf racial, normal racial, fine as it is. Shadow mode no longer puts you out of PvP combat. Interesting. Get to the Nara heals the target for 35% of health over 8 seconds. Dark, what's it right now? 25? Darkflight cooldown reduced to 1.5 minutes for Worgen. Movement speed increased by 70. That'd be cool. Horde racials for Tauren. War Storm duration 3 seconds. In addition, enemies to shake and reduce the movement speed for 8 seconds. Troll racial Berserker cooldown reduced to 2 minutes. Haste now increased by 10%. While Berserker is active, health cannot be reduced below 1. Yo, it's cheat death for Troll? That would be unique. Wait, that'd be insane. Dude, that'd be actually insane. Wait, but Troll would be the best racial in the game then. At for right now listed? Okay. Let me see if I can get you guys, join ya. And get you guys hopefully a +1 maybe. We'll see. So opportunities, okay, Ashy is gonna be in, he's just switching over. So you guys might not even need me. Okay, we'll do it like this. Is that you, Ashy, on the druid? Okay, we passed the lead like left to right. Okay, we're good though, we're good. We're chilling. Sharp is nasty though, it's easily my favorite range. Oh man, you're doing good on it, honestly. It looks like you're having fun because you're like not even giving these guys a chance to. But it's like you're doing pretty good on it as well. Imagine that thing geared, right? I have to spend a bit of time on it too. Back to Wortherers. There we go, boys. Okay. What do we do now? Dalaran sewers, I guess, man. Dalaran sewers. You guys want to go to the sewers? What do you mean? Troll always been the best racial in the game? I mean, for casters, yes. But Haster gave me like a list of like how I would change a lot of these racials. The hunter is switching. Okay, I'm good with that. I'll just okay. Okay, let me know when good to go. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, troll racial would be insane if it had a cheat death mechanic where you can be brought below 1 health. I feel like that would be, I should be like a 3-minute cooldown then, if that's the case. But that's kind of neat though. Arcane Torrent now also heals you for 10% for each beneficial effect removed. That's neat. I don't hate it. Wait, but you don't have to, okay, so it only removes 1 per enemy, but if you remove a bunch of them, I don't hate it. Goblin, Rocket Jump, but Rocket Barrage no longer share a cooldown, yes! And make Rocket Barrage do a little bit more damage, please. Allied races, let's see what else is there. Oh wait, Zendalaria. Regenerating now is now interrupted when you take damage more than 20% of total HP. Wait, regenerating is now interrupted when you take damage more than 20% of total HP during the duration. Oh, so regenerating, you can like start spamming regenerating and you can still take hits, but it won't interrupt unless you're taking at least 20% of your health and damage. That's kind of neat. That's a good heal racial. That'd be good for tanks in like active combat situations. Volpera, Nose for Trouble now triggers every 20 seconds. Yo, Volpera would be busted. With those, Volpera would actually be busted. Yeah, hold on, chat, look at this. Remember when Paladins were super excited about being able just to dispel stuff and then UA? My man, Arthur, dude. It's true, it's true, it's true. It's so accurate. Real and true. Or not, Grifka is just perma cheat death whenever your class you plays, so troll racial that RP. Yeah, I guess it would be, yeah. If whatever class you would play. No, it's just, Arthur basically was like shopping the ideas of like, if we were to change racials, if we were to balance them, what would you change them to? How would you adjust them? And that was his like idea, like what he would do with them. Troll racial would be more interesting though if you could do like a cheat death thing where your health cannot be reduced below 1. I think that would be a lot more interesting for tanks. You'd be like, wait, I don't like if you don't play a blood death knight with cheat death, or like a demon hunter with cheat death, like a warrior that could actually get proper cheat death, or like paladin or something. I guess paladins kind of sort of have a cheat death, don't they? Druids don't. But like, imagine you playing troll druid for the cheat death, because like, you know what? I'm gonna take a big hit. I just want to have something extra for it. I think that'd be really cool. Literally me 2 games ago. You know, I almost never see anyone dispel that, but it's like really, really good though. Alrighty, let's get. Did I save this? There we go. Hold on. I don't know if I saved it or not, but now we have it. Reverence, Affliction first. Oh, Yeah. Oh, Diabolicals too. Hold on. Both Affy? No, one Dash, one Affy. Switch. Gonna be a little bit of a match of the century. Diabolicals versus Reverence. Reverence playing Affliction this time around, trying to go for big UA. Reflect up for Diabolicals just to see if you can maybe reverse a lot of this damage early on. Reverence is gonna go for Mortal Coil. Portal's opening up. There is an Infernal chasing after him. Reverence build is a little different this time around. You will know that he doesn't have a Dark Glare or anything. He's playing like a very, very passive Affliction Warlock build, where Daya is playing into big bursty abilities. Reverence take a few big hits though. Wall is up right now. We'll need something for this one. Trying to go for a fear while Wall is active. We're gonna get some UA onto Daya. We'll need some kind of a heal. Need some kind of a way just to recover some health. I think might just be dead drain life. No, never mind. We saw Daya and Reverence both. What the? My man, what is that VM gonna be? Still up next, trying to see if we can get some dots, some damage on the Daya. It's gonna be full, I think. Incarnation? That is Incarnation. Stun onto Still for just a second. Big soul fire out for Diabolicals, but a silence is gonna put a pep in his step. Getting knocked through the silence. He's trying to see if he can waddle out of it. Back to this corner though, with a fear onto Still, does break out of it fairly quickly. Bear form, trying to see if he can bear some of the damage. The stone, the bonds of felt doesn't quite reach it though. So nice little maneuvering for the druid. This is going to be Daya, trying to see if he can chase after him, get a bit of damage in. That is also Heart of the Wild for Still as well. This is going to be a board for Reverence. Got himself great angle. Trinket out for Still. Is going to get boarded over to the corner. Can kind of utilize it in order to veer over to the side. At least get himself a couple of regrows. Is going to get interrupted by the pet. Could maybe go bear form for Friends in Region or to try to see if he can flap his way out of here. But this bird ain't flying. Daya does end up slamming him down right after with Ajani up next. I don't know if Diabolicals has any for this one. Does not have an intro for this Convoke. That is a full Convoke. Looks like a lot of the damage maybe went into Diabolical's pet though. That pet, if that thing falls over, you'll know that a lot of those Convoke bites might have went to the pet. Daya takes a lot of bleed damage back to back though. Not in a great spot. There goes his big last moment of defense with a Spur Cloak, but I think they just go down unless they have someone for this one. Ajani doesn't have taken him. With Volk gonna be up next. Shield Pills on the Shadow Priest. Immediate mind games. Ajani just trying to see if he can fight through the mind games. Void Torn, he's just looking to heal, looking to get the hell out of there as best as he can. Trying to see if he can catch himself a restyle. Shadow Melt wasn't gonna happen. He gotta get him. He gotta get back in there, do a bunch of damage. He got Convoke coming up. Could use Convoke defensively to heal, but who knows really? Silence to follow might be in a weird spot. Now he knows though, he can Convoke without a silence like stopping him. If he can get a full stun into Volk too, it could be good. Mans needs a little bit more health though. Quick Skull Bash, but he's just not in a great spot. Dots are rotting him with a quick Shadow Word Death taking him out. Haster up next, trying to see if he can maybe tussle with Volk. Last time these two dueled each other. To watch the game, you good, Reverence, you're fine, my man. I feel like it's just the matchup, right? Destro versus Affy. As soon as he was able to reflect UAs back at you in your opener, that's where like, oh no, that's gonna be painful. I feel like if that didn't happen, if you got yourself a proper opener on the guy, without like while he's throwing out Infernals at you, I think it would have been more even, Rev. But I think you're fine, honestly. Go back to Wrath, go for it, my man. Do what you gotta do. Are you not playing hardcore? Shadow crashes around the corner for the both of them as Haste and Volk get himself an opportunity to get a bit of a rematch. Haster being a little more aggressive this time around. Full bolt does get CC onto Volk with the silence as well as the torn, but Volk, look at his health. He's actually doing just fine. I mean, he's taking a bit of damage. Definitely some battle scars showing, but a silence onto Haster. Got himself a few dots. This Desperate Prayer is active as well. Still holding on to a Disperse as well as a Vamp Embrace in case he needs to stun onto Haster. Big Void Eruption while he doesn't really have to go anywhere. Haster trying to dodge these, but he's going to get hit by at least one or if not two of these things with a Mind Flay Sedative while his Shadow Fiend slowing him down. Haster may not be in a great spot. Mind Games were after. Fading it entirely. He's going to go Void Torrent for Void Torrent. Has to go for a fear to shake off his own Void Torrent, but Haster is not in a great spot. There goes his emergency healing. Play Insanity for a little bit as Volk slowly maneuvering his way over there. Shadow Crash out to Haster. I think it does connect with Volk looking for a little bit of recovery. Haster gotta find a way to fight through this if he wants to be able to get a couple of more wins for his team, because right now Volk, I think, has been able to just turn this around him quite a bit. Those Insanities, man, he's just letting him channel, where Haster is more likely to cancel it to play more defensive. Volk is like, you know what, once I get the channel going, I am gonna let it go all the way through. I am not canceling this thing. You're gonna take full damage from me. Disperse, just trying to see if you can play defensive, especially as the void turn comes out, which is perfect. Gives Volk an opportunity to recover a bit of health, reduce the damage taken, and stabilize a little bit with such a short cooldown for Disperse. Not in a bad spot. Disperse not available for Haster right now. Might be in a bad spot. If he goes around one corner, Cypher is just going to reduce a lot of his healing. Man just doesn't got much to work with. Tentacle's attacking him, finally going to Disperse, at least able to avoid a lot of the pet as well as the mind games that would just end up pressuring him anyway. Haster needs himself just a bit more recovery, looking for a few more heals, but he's got himself PI coming up in about 13 seconds, so maybe we can make some work off of this one. Yeah, very aggressive sounds. Big damage to the Volk though, putting in quite a bit of pressure. Stun to break that Void Torrent. Volk might be in a weird spot. That is going to be Spore Cloak activated for him as well. Stun right after. Full Void Eruption. Does go for a Trinket. Maybe a Fade. Fear before the cast can come through. Avoiding a lot of these balls. That is a Cypher attacking him though. Still Mind Games looks like has been able to attach itself to Volk though, as he doesn't have a Disperse for a good bit. Somebody dropping down Feather on top of the boxes, so that's never going to get picked up ever again. Going to be a full Cypher yet again. Mind Games to maybe try to see if he can reverse it around. Haster got himself lots of damage, plenty of output. Void Eruptions up for Volk right now. Haster knows he doesn't want to walk out of there at all, and Volk trying to use whatever mobility he can. None of the bolts connect, and as long as Haster got himself just a slightly more mobility over Volk, he might be okay. Next stun silence fear combo could be huge. Void Torrent, as Volk trying to see if he can maybe take him down. Incentives for both of them. Fear for a second. Got himself a center of his own. Haster taking a bit of damage. Volk not at a high health number at all. Haster with a stun. Gotta be that Disperse. Haster using Void Turn into Disperse. I feel like he might just want to delay that ability and use it after the big defense is done. I feel like it's almost like automatic. He's like ready for it. He's ready for Void Turn, but then he realizes, wait, that's a Disperse. I don't do damage into that. That just basically counters it entirely. Where for Volk, at least he's been able to like set up where he goes to Void Torrent and all these abilities, all his damage outside of Disperses with his CC chain, which I think at the end may cause Haster to fall behind long term. Well, we'll see. It's a rogue fight song, but man, priest even more. It's just what happens when you have a priest versus a priest though, Braga. Right? They're doing the best that they can, man. They're doing the best that they can. They can't catch each other because they're both super slow. So one runs the boxes, the other is just basically the same speed. Void turn up for Haster, maybe trying to see if he can turn around. Kind of low in health. Disperse right down. Volk super low. But you know what? With the priest, at least there are moments where things really get like heated up. They're both just blasting each other once they get a setup. It's a lot of damage, a lot of output, but also they have a lot of self-healing. And it looks like Volk, otherwise known as Chill Pills and the Shadow Priest, not a lot of mana available, unable to really go for a lot of recovery behind the pillar. Got himself a bit more damage than Haster with a Mind Games to follow, trying to see if he can fade it. Void Turn right after, trying to go for a big Void Eruption. Maybe it'll be enough though. Got himself big tentacles of the Haster with a stun right after. PI is available, maybe could spell seal it or at least remove it. He's gonna go for Insanity as well, trying to make sure to leave Haster if he wants to back up out of there, leaving him with a bit of a parting gift just to make sure that there's always constant pressure on the other guy. Disperse for Volk, just trying to use it just to catch up a bunch of health, trying to get super aggressive. Fear to follow, Trinkets out of immediately. Does he have enough to end this here? Fear onto Haster. He does have himself the undead ratio. Maybe could use that to break out of the fear. But no, Void Torrent, does he have anything? Oh, fade. Oh, a second there. Hold on a second. Volk does end up turning around onto Haster at the end there. Worth a Pala immediately getting attacked. Volk just trying to take whatever momentum he's built up onto Worth a Paladin. He's just going to try to see if he can dodge the barrage behind the pillar. Behind these boxes. No. That's not getting hit by that one. Stun onto Volk though. Got him some wings. Hammer hanging onto the priest. Stun, but it's gonna be nice use of blessing of Sanctify to reduce the value of stuns. And Volk with that big psychic stun, disarm, used to be disarm back in the day, is able to avoid a bubble out of Worth a Pallet. Maybe could remove it, but Volk needs to be thinking about his health as much as possible. I don't know what he can really do. Forward life, not available, unless he can try to heal. Mind games, no, it's just getting slammed down. Worth a Pallet is the last one left over in Team 2, trying to see if he can potentially hold the fort on this one. This is gonna go for a blind. Chief trinkets out of this one. Worth a Pallet got nothing left at the moment. I think it's just gonna be down for the count. Taking him out fairly quickly. My goodness. Volk and Haster, double priest. It is a little bit of a slower duel. I'm not gonna lie, because they do need a bit of a setup to catch each other. But also, even just they need to catch each other. They don't move that quickly. But like once they get going, oh, it's actually kind of fun seeing like the fades and mind games and whoever gets like the most mind flame insanities out and just how much damage that does. It is kind of cool to see. I like it. I did notice that Chilled, he likes to use his spurs just to get himself a full reset. Kind of almost like he uses it very similar to like a Death Knight using a Death Pack. Let me do an A. 270 summon. But yeah, basically kind of like how he uses Death Pact, right? Where he tries to, what's the word? Use it to reset. Group fell apart. Want to try again later? We'll try for more. It is about like 8, isn't it? It is about that time, right? I think it's about that time, boys. I think it's about that time. For us to call it. We had a lot of good games though. I enjoyed this a ton. Yeah, I have a Baldur's Gate 3, but it looks like somebody's gonna try to maybe make a group for PTR stuff. You must join EU server, mate. I mean, I have an account MKY on EU, but yeah, I have an account on EU, but it's not like I play all that often. I used to. Dueling is a lot more complicated than it looks. Crazy dueling, yeah. There's a lot of little moving parts though, but like, I feel like you're definitely probably having more fun on this thing than on your Death Knight usually. I mean, you had a what is it, four people down, one what is it, the Tiger Speed game, which is kind of nuts. It's so good though. I legit don't know what's happening and what's up, Rev. You're all good, my man. All good, Rev. Don't worry about it, my guy. Yo, don't even worry about being washed up. Just make a comeback for 10-2. It's gonna be all new. It's gonna be exciting. People are gonna be playing. There's gonna be a lot of changes gonna be made. Classic gonna feel different. Got a new tier set. You know what I mean? I do want to see Warlock get another rework though for talents. At least Destro. I think that's a class that could probably use a bit of a rework here and there. Like the rework Rogue's gotten, what Paladins have gotten, the what Mages have gotten has been fantastic. You know, like iterations and stuff. Project it will be a lot better next patch for these. I think, yeah, I think mostly with the tier set though, but I think that class spec could probably also do a bit of a rework, like Frost specific. Like Unholy's mostly fine. I would love to see a DK class talent reworked a little, you know, because it feels like even Warriors are tankier than Death Knights, and they have like some parts of the protection that you can find in the class tree. But here, like Blood DK, you could find Death Strike, I guess. I guess you could find Veteran, you know, and that's really about it. And I guess there was like this absorbs thing, but like, you know, I just don't know. I think it would be cool to see PTR duels next week. That's what I want to try for Alessandro. So if you guys want to copy a character over for PTR, I do want to see if I can message some of the regular homies to see if we can at least get like 7 or 8 people that are willing to join us on PTR. Because if we get 7 or 8, we could just find like 2 randoms over in the outside of like Stormwind Orgrimmar and get some groups going. But yeah, see a lot of shadow priests in these. Not that, I mean, here and there, but probably more shadow priests than feral druids, surprisingly. I usually don't do this, but I think away. Like I feel like I don't. Yeah, not a lot of priests because they're not a great dueling. They're an okay dueling spec. They're not amazing for duels, right? Because it's mostly like, can you beat a rogue? Shadow Priest is not in a great spot where you can beat a rogue easily. Then you also have mobility classes that usually struggle with because limited mobility and stuff. Are you making a comeback? Okay, fair enough, Reb. I tried to give Vol the honored duel, but it was like, so anyway, I started blasting. I saw. Reb, don't ever doubt yourself, brother. You're a beast, man. Yeah, honestly, Reb, you're pretty awesome, dude. Honestly, you're great. I love seeing you, man, in these duels. That Affliction build, I mean, doing work, doing numbers. For those people back in, yeah, dude, you just pop in. Just I remember you linking me the clips of like you out in the open world. What is it, the care package for PvP in open world dropping down. You swoop in, 4 dudes, just you, blasting them out. You're a Worgen Warlock, definitely far from the meta. I'm playing in like 3 months, pretty bad. Nah, man, it's chilling. It's chilling. It's like getting back on a bike, honestly. Is it about there? Shadow percent of 1v1 and peekaboo and winning? Is there? I mean, it's so I know that it's not easy. But like, I don't know, just watching like Shadowpriest and Grifka play on EU, and just like, oh man, I don't care how good that Shadowpriest is. Like Grifka with the resets and survivability, it's my money would be on Grifka. I would like to see a Shadowpriest beat a rogue, like that would be my preference, but my money would be on Grifka if I had to put it somewhere. That to be insane with the Greater Fates. Yeah, I think that's it. You gotta Greater Fate, like, you gotta be very careful with the Disperse, you gotta be careful with the Trinket and your Greater Fates. And you gotta really time it. Also, if you can get yourself a death onto like an incap or like a gouge or a death onto a blind. But that's a lot of like predictability. You gotta really know like what a rogue's gonna do. And that just comes with like time and experience. Like a lot of experience. And like a lot of rogues you gotta duel. So you gotta go put yourself through hell, through the gauntlet of rogues to get to that point. And then, and only then can you ascend beyond your limitations. You know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Gotta call it here. Thank you so much. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Gotta call it gone for the night. Other group broke up. TY for joining tonight, but at night. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate you. You guys are awesome. Yeah, dude, definitely. Yeah, chill, whatever you want to play, man. But Shadow, super fun seeing it, honestly. Shadow be a lot more geared. Hell yeah, dude. Let's go. Glad to see you again. Love the duels. Glad you did, my guy. Glad you did. Sorry, I had to do some things left. All good. Yo, Ashley, don't worry about it, my guy. It's about that 8 p.m. We usually get these done, like, we usually get these started about 5, end at 7. We're like more than 2 hours in. So, more than plenty of time outside of my normal schedule, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out, dudes. Always fun hanging out with all of you. Hey, if you're in this chat right now, copy whatever characters. Like, I don't know. I am gonna try to see if we can set up a duel on PTR this weekend, for Friday and Saturday. So both EU and NA can play both Friday and Saturday. Copy a character just in case. Like if somebody who is interested in PTR duels at all, copy a character, get them set up. Hit a train dummy, you know, get used to like the MS, because there's a bit of a mess on PTR. Grab yourself PvP gear. You can find the vendors in Orgrimmar and Stormwind. It'll be a little goblin on like a raised platform. That's PvP gear. You could also put a chance on that PvP gear. A big old Valpera. Got all your enchants and everything you need. Socket stuff might not work properly, but it should hopefully work. Just be aware. And then there's Tauren, a bunch of Tauren in like suits. That's where you can pick up your tier set. You can currently just from PvP gear into tier set, but if you want to try your 4 set, 2 set, mess around with it, try it, maybe use it, maybe not use it, more than welcome to. Still doing teams? No, right now we're going to be calling it, Chris. We had one group fall apart. Just gotta go. You know, we're way beyond our schedule. Next week though, probably doing on PTR though. See you Monday. See you Sunday actually. See you tomorrow, because I'll be back tomorrow for dungeons before they're gone. And then I'm not going to be here Monday. I'm be here Tuesday. I'm adjusting my schedule a little bit, Celtic. So no Monday stream, but Sunday stream. So tomorrow. Which has been like a little bit rough for me, just adjusting schedule. But I'm like, I want to go do dungeons. Oh, dungeons are going to be gone on PTR Monday? Well, we're going to stream Sunday. I think it's called action targeting. Dynamic targeting option. Accidental hodge and pet. Oh, yeah. You definitely don't want to do that. I mean, dynamic targeting, I think it's really cool. As long as you can get it to like ignore pets entirely. If you can get it to ignore pets completely, I think it'll be fine. But I kind of do like that WoW added like a dynamic targeting thing. I think it's really good for the game, you know? But yeah, thank you so much, boys. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next stream. Alrighty. See you tomorrow. Peace.
flying so close to where we belong, and we're trying to go somewhere new. And I try to crack this iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gonna move the ocean current till the waves flood what's been burning. I wanna make shockwaves. I wanna make shockwaves with you. And I know I'm only getting higher, till it feels like I can walk through fire. And I know I'm only getting higher, till it feels like I can walk through fire. Walk through fire. Walk through fire. Trying to step back and see the view from above, 'cause I know that nothing lasts forever. And I try to crack this iceberg open till it shatters through the ocean. I wanna make shockwaves, I wanna make shockwaves with you. Gotta move the ocean current till the waves flood